Hey guys, Magnus Robber here, and it's another fun wheel rewrite video where we take a different Walking Dead character and make them the protagonist of the show. And every single character's fate is decided by the wheel, and as I go along, I have to kind of string it together with whatever the wheel decides for me. Now, today's video is a request. Now, two people both wanted to see Beth as the main character. There's Ralph Farrar 8859. That person wanted to see Beth as a main character. And also, what was the other one? There was someone else. It was Gamer J 6987. They also asked to see Beth as a main character. And that was the first one. So they were the main person, and then someone else also paid me money to see a Beth character. Now, awesome. Now, a lot of people also paid me money to see other characters. We have someone who wanted to see Abraham. We have someone who wants to see Shumper as the main character. So we've got a few different requests coming in. One is Nick Clark as well, which is wild. But yes, I will get to all of these requests. However, I think if you want one of these requests to be added, of course, do send me that super chat. That's great. But what I think I'll do is if you, I don't know how I'll do it. I guess if you send me a super chat, I'll just do it in order. Maybe I was gonna leave it to like members poll, but just to let you know, everyone, I've got to plug it. Members, if you want to be a member, go in the description or go to my channel tab and become a member for $1.99, and you'll get to vote in the polls for this. But if you want to fast track it, send me $4.99 or more, £5/4.99, around that figure, and I'll do one, okay? And I'll add it to the list. Anyway, enough plugging. Today it's Beth as the main character, which is awesome. Now, I've kind of switched things up a little bit this one, and you'll see what I mean in a second. So we have, this is our minor character list, but we need to determine our main character. So far, our main characters are Beth and Jimmy, and this will make sense as we progress. Now, in this universe, Hershel's drinking problem, I guess, was pretty bad, to the point where he had to sell the farm and the family had to move to the outskirts of Atlanta. Maybe they moved specifically for King County, and they were living in King County, and Hershel was, I don't know, I guess, in rehab. Maggie was doing whatever she was doing. I don't know what Maggie was doing. Maybe she was like a store clerk or something. And Beth was actually training, although she was like only 16, obviously. She had ambitions to be a police officer, and so she was kind of in like an advanced police training for like early, for like teenagers or something like that. So she's advanced police training, and her boyfriend Jimmy, who I think Jimmy's meant to be like 17, 18, right? Like similar-ish age to her, maybe a year older. He also was in police training too, right? So that's how they kind of met. So they're obviously going out. They're a couple, clearly. And so Maggie was there too. Obviously, he is a store clerk, and Hershel was retired, and he obviously was a bit of a drunk, but he was kind of recovering. So they all live in King County. Now, alternatively in this universe, Rick, he never became a cop, and he instead followed in his father's footstep of owning a farm, and he bought the same farm. Coincidentally, he bought Hershel's farm when Hershel put it up on the market, right? So Hershel runs his farm along with Laurie and Carl. He quit his job, I guess, as a police officer, maybe. Or maybe he was never a police officer. Maybe he just followed in the foot tracks. But, of course, Shane was his friend from school, so Shane still came to visit. And of course, when the outbreak happened, Shane made his way to the farm because he had no other family that he cared about. And Otis and Patricia, they are still neighbors of Hershel's, of course, so of Hershel's farm, so they join Rick. So that's how I'm sort of realigning Rick's family and Hershel's family. So Hershel's family is going to be in season 1 with Beth, of course, as our main character. Now, back to these wheels that we were talking about. There are 7 main characters in Season 1, okay? So, we have to determine who else is going to be a main character. So, of course, we've already got 2 here. But I think in Season 1, of course, we have, like, Carl as a main character. Amy. Okay, so Amy. We'll remove Amy from this wheel. And we'll put her in this wheel. That doesn't mean she's immune. She's just now a main character. So, like, Andrea's a main character, Glenn's a main character, Dale's a main character, Carl's a main character, Laurie, Shane, Rick. So all these people are main characters. Daryl actually isn't a main character in Season 1. He becomes a main character in Season 2. But today, he's going to be a main character for us. That's great. So we add Daryl to the list as well. So we need to find another main character. We need 7 in total. And this is going to, like, really determine the deaths, I think, as well. So Dale kind of continues his role as the same sort of character he already is, I guess. So we've got 5, so we need 2 more. 5 in this one, yeah, so we need 7 in total. Very interesting. Eliza, okay. Eliza. She's the main character. So I'm going to say Beth and Eliza, like maybe Eliza, yeah, maybe Beth like bonds with Eliza so at some point, or maybe another character bonds with Eliza. Well, I'll talk about this in a second of like how the first episode is going to be. And Andrea as well. Okay. So Andrea's also main character. So that is 7 main characters there in our main characters. So these are our main characters for Season 1. Now, basically how the story goes is Beth is shot during a training exercise, and she's in the hospital. And so similar to Rick, she wakes up in the hospital. She's obviously looking for Jimmy and her sister and her father. And, of course, she bumps into Morgan and Duane. Similar sort of story, and then she goes on her way. She raids the police station, gets a gun, gallops on a horse to Atlanta, and then she is, of course, saved by one of these main characters. So I guess we'll just do a roll. Which one of these main characters is the character that saves her in Atlanta? Oh shit, okay, so that's kind of cool. So she already reunites with Jimmy, so I guess she kind of gets it spoiled for her that her family's at the Atlanta camp. But Jimmy is the person who's like, instead of, hey dumbass, you in the tank, you cozy in there, I guess in this universe it would be like, Bethy, it's me, Bethy. Anyway. Yeah, it's like, Bethy, come to me. So, anyway, Jimmy saves Beth. Now, who is the person who's handcuffed to... Wait, no, wrong bloody wheel. I've already messed up here. Ignore this. Also, I do love how Herschel and Maggie are not main characters in this story, despite them being the main characters, family members. Anyway, this wheel is for who gets handcuffed to the roof. So, who's being erratic and gets handcuffed to the roof? Oh, I hate this. Okay, we'll go with it. I swear this has happened before. So, rightio. So, of course, Sophia is being very erratic on the roof, firing, or maybe she's like, my dad said I can be in charge of this mission. I was selected to be on this scouting mission, or like, I don't know, maybe she like snuck us way in. Maybe she's a bit bratty, and she decides to like start shooting a gun. So Beth, in order to calm her down, handcuffs her to the roof, and eventually they're forced to leave poor Sophia, and she chops her hand off. I swear we've done Sophia before, but whatever. Anyway, does Guillermo come with this? Guillermo. Wait, I'm saying it wrong. Does he come? If heads, yes. He doesn't come. Awesome. Heads. Oh, and I'm actually going to do this one differently. So, heads for Duane. Head Duane dies. Tails, Morgan dies. I think this could be kind of interesting. So, yeah, heads Duane dies. Tails, Morgan dies. Ooh. Morgan dies. Okay. So, Morgan actually, instead of Duane, it's Morgan who dies off screen in this one. So, Morgan died off screen. See you later, Morgan. Sorry. Instead of Duane. I feel like this is a bit more interesting. Also, we need to put Guillermo there as well. Guillermo. That's how you say it. Guillermo. I'll get there eventually. Ed's death. So this is a minor character. So we roll for the minor characters for who gets Ed's death. Okay. So yeah, maybe who beat up Merle? So like someone beat up Merle, I guess. and he was injured in the, because Merle's like a racist. Merle was being racist to T-Dog, let's say, or maybe Jackie or someone anyway, one of the minority characters, maybe actually Morales. And Eliza is the character who like somehow comes in with a bat and beats the shit out of Merle. He's left in his tent, and of course the walkers get him. Very sad. And then we've also got now Amy's death, and we again have to roll the minor character thing. Jim. So Amy's leaving. Not Amy. Jim's leaving. He's complaining about there being no toilet paper, and he gets bit on the arm and then on the shoulder, and they go. And this has happened like too many times, I swear. And Amy comes in with the baseball bat and saves poor Jim. Well, doesn't save Jim, but save Jim from getting eaten anymore. And then finally, this is the character who gets bitten and then asks to be left by a tree. It's Jackie. So Jackie, unfortunately, gets the Jim death, left by a tree, per her request, and slowly bleeds out. Well, not bleeds out, slowly turns. Who leaves to look for their family? You need to make sure, it needs to make sense that who goes with the said person. Wait, yeah, I need to roll this because it's a minor character. Oh, no! Okay. So, I guess... God, I don't know. How do I make this work? HERSHEL abandoning Beth and Jimmy, and obviously Maggie as well. I guess actually what happens in this universe then is HERSHEL and Maggie probably get split up after the whole fiasco with the Atlanta camp. I think they probably take off in their vehicle, and maybe everyone else has to hastily leave the camp too, and they just never reunite with with Maggie and HERSHEL. And so Beth is like, she kind of takes charge of the group in a way, but she's always trying to like, holding a candle out for her family being there. But maybe actually she thinks her family's dead as well. Maybe there's some like blood from like some of the extras, and they're not quite sure. There's like a slaughter. Maybe like Maggie's top or something is left there, right? Like something to indicate to Beth that they may actually be dead. And maybe she believes that they are dead, so she kind of leaves the camp believing that she's lost both her dad and sister. Yeah, we'll go with that. I think that's kind of... And then that works for why they're not main characters as well. It makes sense as to why they are just minor characters, because they're only in the season for a bit, and then they disappear. To come back in Season 8 in a possibly very underwhelming way. So this is already a hilariously fun rewrite, isn't it? So Beth and Jimmy, of course, are alive. Merle died. He was the Ed death. And then Jim was the Amy death. And, of course, Jackie was the Jim death. So all these characters then eventually set off. So you've obviously got Beth, Jimmy, Daryl, T-Dog, Morales, Carol, Ed, Andrea, Dale, Glenn, Amy, Miranda, Eliza, and... Eliza and Louie, sorry, got them mixed up. They all head to the CDC. And, of course, we meet Dr. Jenner. So, have we had a Dr. Jenner? Yes. I'm just going to add him to the wheel. Now, of course, Jenner will be added to the minor character wheel because he's not a big character. And people keep saying, T-Dog is a minor character, because T-Dog actually counts as a minor character. I know. I'm just going by, like, who's main cast build. That's how I'm sort of determining this, by the way. And I'm not including villains. So, yes, that's how we're doing it. I'm just going by that because it's easier then. But T-Dog's still in here, so it's fine. You don't have to... He's just not a main character. Because he's not a main character, let's be honest. Now, I'm going to do CDC Explosion. We're going to do a D4. Now, I had some complaints over some of these dice rolls. And I probably understand some of them, so I've taken out some of them. But I like the CDC one, so I'm keeping that in. Okay. So we're losing 4. Repeat, 4 of these minor characters. We're losing half of them. Because obviously the CDC deaths are all minor, so, yeah. So we lose Carol. And who else do we lose? Morales. And there's 4, wasn't there? So we lose Carol, Morales. So let's Carol. Ooh. Morales. Oh no. And Glenn. Jesus. And Jenna. Okay, so... Right. So, I guess how we make this work is... How do I make this work? So Carol, Morales, Glenn, and Jenna. Okay. So remember those big double doors that Jenna's like an RPG could withstand them? I'm going to say that the doors like need to be held open. So Jenna still wants to die as normal, right? So he's just staying there, but the doors are kind of like stuck. So I'm going to say that Glenn and Morales kind of lift the doors up as much as they can, and eventually Ed's also helping them, but they get too heavy, and Carol still needs to get out because Carol was trying to get Sophia. Like, I'm gonna say that not Sophia. Oh no, Sophia's gone, isn't she? Carol was trying to coax out like maybe little scared Louis, because Miranda was like, Louis, please come on. Hurry up, Louis, and Louis wouldn't come, and Carol was like trying to also help coax Louis out, and Ed's like, just fucking leave him, Carol. And Carol's like, no, I'm not gonna leave a kid to die. Like you left Sophia, Ed. Yeah, we'll say that Ed was on the roof when Sophia was handcuffed, and Carol's like, no, I'm not gonna leave. And then Ed just fucking bolts and leaves Carol anyway, and eventually, just before it's too late, Miranda is able to get Louis out of there, right, out of the double doors. But as she does, the double doors just like become too heavy, and they crush both Morales and Glenn, and Carol is left. Miranda's able to run out with her kid, and Carol was was going to join her in a second when the door crushed both Morales and Glenn, leaving Carol and Jenna stuck in the room. And then Carol kind of just accepts her fate because her daughter's dead, so she's like, oh, fuck it. I'm dying. So that is how that death happens. So we've got Morales, Glenn, Carol, Jenna. Crazy. Anyway, so then we move on to season 2, and we've got a little bit of carnage. Now, some people might be against this, but I think this is really fucking interesting now, because we have like such a cool line of characters. So of course we have Beth, Jimmy, and we got Daryl there. Wait, who have we got as main characters again? Yeah, so our main characters are Beth, Jimmy, Amy and Andrea are main characters. Amy, Andrea, main characters. Dale's also a main character, I believe, right? Dale, yeah. Daryl, Eliza, and then Daryl and Eliza. So, yeah, I'm gonna say that Beth and Eliza have like bonded a lot. Probably, maybe she's kind of like sees Eliza as like a little sister, and now she's lost her big sister as well. Maybe there's like a part of Beth that's like, I want to be like a big sister to her, because she's lost her dad especially. So Eliza's always been a main character this whole time, but I'm gonna say that her and Beth kind of looks after her. Now, which character gets shot? Now, of course, this was Carl in the main show, so we're gonna roll for a main character getting shot. Oh, it's too perfect! It's too perfect! So Eliza is the character who gets shot, and of course Beth is rushing her to the farm without, any hesitation. But then who gets lost and is found later on in the barn? Oh no, if this lands on Louis, it's going to be perfect. Okay, we can make that work. So, I'm going to say that Louis went missing and Miranda went looking for her. But Louis eventually turned back up, but Miranda didn't. And so they were looking for Miranda. And eventually, in the mid-season finale, of course, they find Miranda in the barn, and she is a walker, and of course Beth is the one to put her down, because Eliza, because she has this bond with Eliza. Oh, this works so well. So in this storyline, Beth wants to obviously have to leave in the CDC. Beth wants to check on her old family farm, figuring that might be a good place. And coincidentally, Otis also shoots Eliza, so they end up at the farm anyway. Beth's trying to remember where it is because she was only young when they left it, so she's going on muscle memory, but maybe she knows there's like some supplies there, or she thinks there could be, it could be a good place to live. And she remembers the man who took her over, a guy called Rick Grimes, wasn't such a bad dude, and he might be inclined to allow them to stay. So, We add, and do you know what? I'm also gonna add. I think I'm gonna add Judith as well, because why not? Where is she? I think we'll add baby Judith as well, just so we've got, because there's 3 people, right? Laurie, Carl, Shane, no Rick. That adds an extra person, but why not? Why not? We'll add Judith there too. Wait, no, hang on, wrong list, because none of these are main characters. Although you could argue Maggie kind of gets a main character bill. I think technically she's not in the starring for season 2, so I'm not going to include a Maggie. So there's 8 mains, yeah. So we gain 1 extra main character in season 3. Season 2, which was Daryl, but we'll see who it was. In the reality, Daryl became a main character. But in this reality, it's a T-Dog. T-Dog becomes the main character. So remove T-Dog from there, and we add T-Dog to our main character list. Awesome. Yeah. So T-Dog is now a main character. Crazy. Hopefully I can remember to do that, because I don't think I have. So this is done, because obviously it's Rick and his people. Oh, wait, and I also need to add... I forgot to add Otis and Patricia as well. So add Otis and Patricia. Wait, wrong bloody thing again. I saw Rick in this, and I thought, well, Rick's the main character. Right, moving on. What have we got? Otis Death and who killed them. So this is a minor character, so we'll have to roll for our minor characters. So who gets the Otis Death? Bro, no! Louis Morales gets the Otis Death. And who's the one who kills him? So as we discover that, let me just add... add all these guys up here. Take that row, and then yeah, Louis. So this whole time when they're looking for Miranda, obviously Eliza's distraught. They're looking for poor Miranda. They're trying to find where she is, and then fucking Louis dies. Oh my god! And Dale kills him. What? Dale kills Louis. So I guess after Eliza is shot, this has gone terrible for the Morales family. Eliza's shot, Miranda's gone missing, and I guess Louis wants to help because he's like, my mom's missing, my sister's shot, I'm gonna help. And Dale heads out. Maybe Louis heads out and Dale like kind of runs after him, trying to save him, because Beth's trying to keep down the fort. Obviously, I mean, like, look, like maybe Daryl's not in the mood to helping him. Maybe he's still bitter over what happened with Merle. And Louis goes out and Dale tries to save him, but then they're eventually cornered and Dale cowers and sacrifices Louis. Sacrifices Louis to the herd. Or I guess maybe in this scenario, Louis sacrifices, or Louis is just like too slow. And Dale uses the opportunity, because he's already dead, to get away. Maybe that's how it happens. It's not so much that Dale like kills him. It's just that there was nothing he could do. We'll go with that because it feels like a bit more in character for Dale then. And then we've got the Dale death. So obviously after the whole Randall situation, this person, he's immune. So Jimmy is immune till season 3. So he does not count for this. So another role. This has to be a main character though. Bro, no! So T-Dog was the character who was defending poor Randall. And then when he's out in the farm, when he's out contemplating the decision that the group have made, he's attacked by a single walker that attacks and kills him. I guess maybe the walker was Eliza, like how it was Carl in the main series. Maybe it was Eliza who caused that trouble there. And then we've got the decision. So who kills Randall and therefore is killed by another group member. So the person who kills Randall has to be a main character. So, because obviously it was Shane. Bro, I don't love it. I don't love it at all. Eliza kills Randall. What? The Morales family. Man. Oh my god, it's too perfect. So, oh jeez. So, Beth has a thing for like hurting little girls, I guess. Uh, Randall, Eliza kills Randall in cold blood. Maybe she's like, listen, I lost my brother. I lost my mother in the barn, okay? We are not risking it all for I lost my father as well. We're not risking it all for this fucking piece of shit, okay? This horrible human being. So Eliza kills Randall in cold blood. And then Beth, fearing that Eliza's gone too far... Oh, what? Beth kills Eliza. Oh, yeah, I'm lost for words. Herd attack. Roll a d4. How many characters are dying to the herd? 3. So we're losing 3 minor characters. Okay. So these characters are going to die to... That was a weird story arc, okay? The Morales family. Oh, no. Rick dies to the herd. I guess he gets the Jimmy death. He drives the RV. So Beth and Jimmy can jump to safety. And Rick is devoured by walkers. Maybe Carl sees. I don't know. We'll see. And these characters are fleeing from the house. And one of them gets grabbed and killed. Otis. So Otis gets grabbed and killed by some walkers. R.I.P. Otis. And then finally, one more death. One more minor character death. Another character, sadly. Shane. So Shane just gets maybe he goes down fighting. We'll say he goes down fighting, defending Laurie and Carl. After Rick's obviously died, he defends Laurie and Carl, and they manage to get away. So we lost Rick and Shane in the season 2 finale. What a wild ride. But that how it be. So Rick dies along with his family, the farm that he bought, and he also loses his brother Shane. So, of course, we leave the season in a very peculiar way. Okay, we got Jimmy. We got Andrea and Amy, they're still kicking. Not sure what they've been doing this whole time, but they've been doing something, I guess. Dale's been in a dark way. Maybe that's why he hushed down with the whole Randall situation, because he was like, fuck, I can't talk. I watched that kid die. Daryl, I guess, has been doing his own thing. Oh, wait, no, because we need to decide which character, of the main characters, actually, which of the main characters heads off with Michonne. Okay, it's just how it is in the TV show. Andrea is, it's canon, I guess. So Andrea and Michonne head off. So yeah, Amy thinks her sister's dead, so she's pretty distraught. Obviously, we've got Dale, we've got T-Dog died, didn't he? He had the Dale death. Sorry, T-Dog, sorry. Forgot to put you there. Ed Peltier's still... Ed Peltier's still alive. I forgot about that. Yeah, Ed's just been sticking around. I guess he's like our T-Dog of the group. We got Judith, little baby Judith there. Laurie. Did I add Judith to the wheel? Yeah, I did. Laurie there and Carl there. Patricia's there too. She's tagging along. And then obviously Andrea's with Michonne. So we have to add Michonne to the main tab. And then we also have to add the handcuffed person. So Sophia is also added to the main character tier. Awesome. So there we are. So Sophia, of course, is back in the picture. She is a part of... She's one of the governor's top soldiers, I guess. Maybe less so a top soldier, and more so like a surrogate daughter. Maybe that could work. So Sophia kind of has become like a surrogate daughter to the governor. We'll go with that instead. So who gets bit on the leg? So HERSHEL at this point actually wasn't a main character. He's only a main character in season 4. So I'm actually going to roll one of the minor characters for this. Oh, the baby! The baby! Okay, so Judith. The baby. I guess... Oh. So Laurie, everyone likes to say that Laurie's a bad mother. So in my rewrite, she's actually a dreadful mother. Okay, not just maybe a tiny bit bad here and there. She's a dreadful. She leaves baby Judith. She's changing the diaper. She leaves baby Judith just like in the prison corridor, and a walker starts snacking on little Judith's leg. The fuck, man? And then Beth runs along. She's like, "What the fuck, Laurie? What have you done?" Kills the zombie and is like, "Just to chop the baby's leg off." What the this, bro? Oh, this is deranged. Anyway, Big Tiny, Oscar, Axel. Okay, so which one of these guys gets the Big Tiny death? Little Judith has one leg. Oh, okay, so Axel gets scratched in this rewrite, and see you later, Axel. Everyone's favorite prisoner. He gets his head beaten in. We lose Axel. R.I.P. Axel. And now we can add both Big Tiny and Oscar to our minor characters. Awesome. What have we got next? Who kills Tomas? So this has to be a main character, because obviously it's Rick who does it. So. Oh yes, I like that. I like it. So when Tomas is like, thing was coming at me. I guess he would say darling to Beth instead of bro or whatever. Did you say bro to Rick? I don't even remember. Thing was coming at me. He's like, thing was coming at me, darling. And Beth's like, yeah, I get it. I get it. Shit happens. Beth puts the machete into Tomas. I fucking love it. This was a good request. I wasn't sure about this request at first. I was like, oh, I don't know if I care that much about Beth. But you know what? This is fucking fire. This is a good rewrite already. I love it. It's dark as fuck. So Beth is the one who kills Tomas. Okay, now we've got the Laurie death. So Jimmy is no longer immune. One of these characters gets the Laurie death. I have to reroll. It can't be Michonne. It makes no sense. Let me reroll. One of these characters gets the Laurie death. Dale. Okay, so he's old. We'll go with that. So Dale is having a little heart attack or something. High blood pressure, whatever it may be. He's in the boiler room. And I guess he has to be put down because, he's having a heart attack. Maybe he's actually making too much noise. And he's like, listen, I'm making too much noise. And which character is the one who puts him down? Maybe we'll do that. Which character puts him down? Oh, perfect. Do you know what? Chef's kiss. Love it. There you go. Amy obviously has like a father-daughter bond with Dale. So Amy is the one to put him down. Do you know what? I think that's good. And then we've, of course, got the T-Dog death, which is a minor character death. So let's roll minor character. Which minor character gets the T-Dog death? Oscar. And you know what? Because it's so close to Laurie, let's say Oscar saves Laurie. Yeah, so Oscar gets the T-Dog death, and we, of course, lose poor Dale. So poor Dale, poor big... Oscar. Big Tiny's, of course, in our group, and then we've got who kills Andrew. Now, obviously, in the show, it's Oscar, so it has to be a minor character who kills Andrew. There we go. Big Tiny replacing that. So Big Tiny, instead of Oscar, is the one who kills Andrew. Good on you, Big Tiny. Anyway, we've got she's added. Who gets kidnapped? Make it make sense. So this person gets kidnapped by Woodbury. Now, we'll make it 2 people. That makes no sense. Can't be Michonne. This is the problem with adding Michonne. So I don't forget her, but it means I have to reroll sometimes, which is a bit of a pain. Fucking hell. Makes no sense. They're already in Woodbury. Andrew's already shacking up with the governor. Okay, let me just axe them. Okay, Amy and Oh, actually, no, I like that. No, I like that. Amy and who? Amy and who? Oh, that's Jimmy. It's Amy and Jimmy. Oh. Oh, I'm thinking. We're Amy and Jimmy. We'll say it's Amy and Jimmy. We're Amy and Jimmy, maybe. Maybe Amy and Jimmy are having like a little bit of an affair going on. Ooh, maybe some drama there. Maybe, actually. Maybe that's why they went on a supply run together. Beth's having to hold down the fort and like run the group, but yeah, maybe that's been going on. Who knows? I don't know. We'll put that in the back burner. It's a possibility. Anyway, we've got the Oscar death. So, of these characters, one of them helping to free both of oh no, in helping to free Amy and Jimmy, Carl Grimes is shot and killed. So I guess in this universe, Carl comes on the mission with them, and yeah, he's one of the characters who's shot and killed and dies. So done. So we'll add Sophia to this. Oh, she's already added. We'll add Milton to this one. So there we are. That one's done. Axel's death. So who is shot at the prison by the governor? Yeah, Carl died. Crazy. Oh, no. So Patricia is in the middle of the courtyard of the prison and shot in the head by the governor. And then he begins to, like, you know, pew, 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 shoot at everyone without killing anyone else. Poor old Patricia. Anyway, Murrell's death. So this is a main character death. So who sacrifices themselves to try and take out the governor, but doesn't quite do it. Oh, is it going to be Sophia? Oh, fucking hell. So I guess in this universe, Sophia probably does discover, obviously after finding Carl dead, like she never would have knew Carl, would she? True, and she never would have cared about Patricia that much, but she would have met Andrea, and she remembers Andrea. So, eventually Sophia meets up with Ed, of course, and figures out Ed's alive, her father, and Sophia's not welcome in the group after what she allowed the governor to do to Amy and Jimmy. But Ed's like, you know, she's my daughter, I'm not leaving her, and eventually I guess they fall out. And so Sophia goes to try and sacrifice herself to kill the governor, and then the governor is the one to put Sophia down. So Sophia says, "I'm not gonna beg. I'm not begging you. No." And then I guess Ed could be the one to like find a zombie Sophia and have that like sort of sad death. Yeah, why not? Does Shumpert reform? Okay. Best of 3, isn't it? Odd, odd, odd. What's odd? Odd number? No. Well, Shumpert does not reform in this thing. But does Hamburg reform? Heads, yes. Best of 3. Oh, if it's a heads. Best of 5. I don't give a fuck. Hamburg's coming. If Shumpert's not, Hamburg is. I'm breaking the rules. I don't care, okay? I want one meme character in. So Shumpert just dies like off screen. I'll just put him in season 3. I know his death is confirmed. Oh, I guess technically the rules. Hamburg's not coming too. Fine. See you later, Hamburg. You die off screen too. Anyway, finale deaths. One has to be a main character. So we roll a d4. So obviously you're doing 1 for Milton, 1 for Andrea, and the possibility of 2 extras. So 3. So there's going to be 1 extra. So one of these is going to be a main character. One of these is going to, and 2 of these are going to be minor characters. Nope. Bro. This is dark. So one-legged Judith is one of the deaths. Big Tiny is another one of the deaths. If that doesn't work. Oh, God. Okay, so... Well, I will make this work in a second. Oh, fuck. Okay, Michonne. Okay, so... Michonne is kidnapped by the governor. Andrea gets away from the governor, and she makes it to the prison, and Beth, and, you know, reunites with Amy, of course. Obviously, she had fallen in love with the governor, and she did think that, you know... I don't know, the rest of abandoned. I don't know, whatever. But Amy and Andrea, they reunite. They're happy, whatever. Andrea, I guess, leaves the prison earlier. But Michonne, on her pursuit to obviously end the governor for good, she gets kidnapped by the governor, and the governor is also able to somehow kidnap Judith. I guess Laurie left. I don't like to make the bad mom jokes for Laurie, but Laurie left her again. The governor was able to steal her, take her. Maybe it was Hamburg who did it. Okay, Hamburg stole Laurie, and then he died in helping to kidnap her. And Big Tiny, I guess, was also killed in the finale. I guess he just died in the shootout. But in this universe, the governor stabs Michonne multiple times, taunting her and saying, like, you're gonna eat this baby, you're gonna bite the baby, okay, you're gonna turn and you're gonna eat the baby, Michonne. The governor's a bit fucked in this universe, okay? So he stabs Michonne multiple times like he does to Milton, and he's like, you're gonna eat the baby. Oh, I actually, no, I much prefer, no, other way around. So Michonne is tied up like Andrea, and the governor kills bro, he stabs the baby. And little baby, yeah, because he's like rejecting the idea of having like a new daughter, because obviously like Sophia betrayed him. So he kills the baby, and he's like, Michonne, this little zombie baby, it's gonna kill you eventually. And so like Michonne trying to get out of the ankle bracelet, like she's in the chair like Andrea was, in this little fucking baby Judith crawling towards her, and you know the group's rushing to get Michonne, but it's too late. Michonne is bitten like on the toe, I guess, by a little zombie baby Judith. Oh, this is fucking deranged. Yeah. And so Michonne dies, and then also Big Tiny just dies in the battle. Wow. Okay, that was crazy. That was some crazy shit. Anyway, so we add now Tyrese, Sasha, and who else? Bob. Yeah, and then we add Karen, Bob. We also add Mika and Clara. Rightio, so those are added. Does Clara chill out? Heads yes, tails no. Heads yes. Tails no. So Clara, she just dies the same way she does in the show. Anyway, now we've done that. Now we've decided that Clara doesn't chill out. We'll remove Clara, sorry. No, she crazy. So we've got Karen's death. Did I add Karen? Wait, hang on. Yeah, I did. Right, before we do Karen's death, we have to roll for some more main characters, okay? So, in season 3 of the main show, we have 9 main cast, like main build characters. Now, currently we only have 5 in our little thing, but in the main show, there's 8. They lose, obviously there's 8, and then we of course lose both Merle and... No, sorry, season 3 there's 9, and then season 4 there's 8. But in season 9 you lose 3, and they must gain... Because they lose Merle, Laurie, and Andrea as main characters, but then they gain a few. I forget exactly which... I probably should check, because I'm uncertain who's main cast build beyond this point. I think Carol was made the main character at this point, actually. That might be who it was. But it might be ideal just for me to whip up the the thing, just so I know for sure who's like build a main character. But as I'm doing that, let's decide who the main characters are going to be, because we do need to have 8 main characters, not 9, sorry, 8 main characters. Currently we've only got 5. So we have to roll from our minor characters. Which one of these guys gets to become a main character? Ooh, okay. So Karen is actually going to be a main character in this. Karen, welcome to the main character. And then we also have to add 2 more. Bob. Bob's also a main character. Okay, okay. And then finally, we have to add 1 more. I kind of want it to be Laurie just because she's like our only season 2 character. Okay, it's not Laurie. Laurie just becomes a minor character still. It's Mika. So Mika gets to become a main character too. Awesome. Right. So it was in the main show, just to let you know, just so you're informed, it was HERSHEL who became a main character at this point, along with Carol. So those were the 2 that were added, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so our main characters are as followed. So let me just quickly add some of these guys to the list. So we can add Milton's joined our group as well, of course. So we've got Bob as a main character. Mika's there. We've got Lizzie, and then Tyrese and Sasha as well. Is Ed? Wait, Ed's still around, isn't he? Yeah, but he's just not many. Ed and Laurie probably should have been main characters, but they're not. They're not allowed to be. We're just going by the wheel. That's how we're doing it. Rightio. So we've got Karen's death. So this has to be a minor character. And I fear for Laurie and Ed now. I do. In turn, they're kind of not going to be minor characters. Oh, fuck. Okay. So somebody kills Ed. Ed gets sick with the flu. He's stabbed and his body is burned. Now, which character did it? Which of the main characters did it? Okay, it was Bob. So Bob is the character who... I'm going to remove Bob briefly. Actually, I'm not going to remove him because I'll forget. Kicked out. Okay? So Bob killed Ed after he got sick with the flu. And Beth decided to kick Bob out from the group. See you later, Bob. Sign. Also, in season 3, I guess Beth met up with Duane, found out Morgan was dead, and met up with Duane, who's gone crazy. Anyway, Bob was kicked out of the group, exiled. So we have to do our little Martinez roll. Always fun. I don't even remember what the things are, so we'll just make it a surprise. 2. 2 is he joins the governor. If so, roll to see who kills him. Okay. Who kills the governor? And Martinez. So done. HERSHEL's death. So main character. So the governor, of course, returns, and he's gonna take out a main character. Now, which main character does he take out? Oh, bro, Daryl. So the governor executes Daryl, chops off Daryl's head. Beth's like, oh wait, yeah, because Beth and Daryl like bond quite a lot, so maybe like they've bonded this whole time, similar to how they do in the show. So Beth's like, no, shoots the governor, bang, you know, fight, fucking gunfight, bang, 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 dramatic noises. Anyway, so Daryl gets decapitated by the governor. We add Lily and Tara to our minor characters. Tara, Lily, and then who else have we got? Oh, we'll do Megan dies. Oh, yeah, we'll just kill off Megan anyway. Megan dies regardless. Where are you, Megan? Sorry, Megan. And then we've got... Who kills Martinez? So, should we make this a main character? Yeah, I think we'll make this main character. So who kills Martinez first? Ooh, Amy, okay. So Amy is the one to take out Martinez. And then who takes out the governor? Who's the character who puts an end to the governor? Now, I know technically it's Lily, but do you know what I mean? Like, this character's... Oh, fuck, okay. Wait, he's going to be Amy again? Oh, Jimmy. So I guess, yeah, the governor was about, like, strangling Beth, was about to kill her, and Jimmy came to Beth's rescue and killed the governor. So Jimmy killed the gov. All right. Anyway, Lily's death. So who gets the Lily death? So this is going to be a minor character who kind of dies off screen, basically, surrounded by walkers. Milton. Well, maybe it's not off screen. Maybe we see it. But Milton, he panics. Maybe after seeing the governor. I guess also this character was the person who finally put down the governor. So I guess Jimmy is the one who stabs the governor with the sword, and Milton is the one to like finally put the bullet in the governor's head, like Lily does. But then he allows himself to get eaten by the walkers. So pretty cool, actually. Pretty cool way for Milton to go out. Kind of full circle, you know. He's the one who does it. Anyway, who gets kidnapped by the cops? Now this has to be a minor character, because then this person will become a main character in Season 5. Tyrese, okay. So Tyrese is the character who's kidnapped by the Grady Memorial. So I'll just put... I'm going to add him to the main. And obviously Bob, at this point, is reunited. He's joined kidnapped at the moment. So Tyrese has become a main character for Season 5. But he's, for now, being kidnapped by the police. So that was obviously in place of Beth. So let me just quickly add governor to this as well. So we have the governor death, and then of course Milton got surrounded by the dead and sadly didn't make it. So who gets kidnapped? Tyrese. So now we have to add Abraham, and they are going to be added to oh god. They are going to be added to the minor character for now, because in Season 4 they are just minor characters. Then we got the Mika death. So Mika is a minor character in the show. So who gets the Mika death? Who is stabbed repeatedly by Lizzie? Wait. I think I'm going to re-roll, because I feel like this probably can't... It can't be one of those guys. Probably should have added them after. Okay, fuck it. Laurie Grimes. We lose our last character, isn't it, from Season 2? Yeah. Our last character from Season 2, sadly. Laurie Grimes is stabbed and killed by Lizzie. I guess to prove to whoever. And which main character is the person who puts down little Lizzie? So Laurie gets killed by Mika. For all that Laurie has done, the negligence of this version of Laurie, do you know what? Probably Karen. And Karen is the one to then put down Lizzie. And it kind of works actually, because Karen was a school teacher, right? So maybe she was like looking after them as well. So that could be like a sort of Carol version, perhaps. Anyway, who's the character who kills Joe? Who rips Joe's throat out using their teeth? Also Karen. I feel like it has to be someone else. It has to be someone else, because obviously Rick was... That was like a Carol. This has to be someone else. It can't be fucking Tyrese. I have to roll again. One more time. Hopefully one more time. Hopefully we don't have to roll again. Who kills Joe? One last time. Oh. Jimmy. Okay. So yeah, I guess Joe was attempting to do bad things to Beth. And Jimmy rips his throat out. We're going to ignore this. Ignore. Just delete this. Just delete this row. Yeah, so Jimmy rips the throat out of Joe. Who saves him from Terminus? I'm going to just go with the person who was exiled, because I feel like that works well. So it was Bob who saves them with the help of Karen. So Bob and Karen. So that instead of Tyrese and Carol, it's Bob and Karen, but mainly Bob. So Bob is the one who saves them from the church. From Terminus. We'll add Gabriel there to the minor characters, because at this point he was just a minor character. And Bob. Now Bob actually considers... I think he's an also star, not a minor character, but he's not main cast Bill, is my point. So it has to be one of these minor... I say minor characters, but one of these characters who has to be the person who is gets the Bob death. And it's Sasha. Oof. So I guess, Sasha gets the Bob death. She gets bitten. And eventually she has a leg. She does the tainted meat. I could see Sasha doing the tainted meat moment. I think that could work. And then Bob obviously puts her down. And I guess before she gets put down, he probably like mentions like, you know, save, if you find Tyrese, look for Tyrese for me, please, Bob. And Bob like probably promises. He's like, yeah, I will. And then who's the character who kills Gareth? So which one of these characters takes out Gareth? So I need to add these guys to are currently alive. Joe the Claimer, you're dead. Gabriel, you've been added too. Gareth, you're about to die, so I'll just put you there. And of course, we've lost poor Sasha. That doesn't work. Who kills Gareth? Man, Beth's not doing anything in this one. Amy. So Amy's the person, I guess she's the one who made the promise to Gareth. And Amy takes out Gareth. Anyway, so we have to add Noah. So add Noah, and we'll add Noah to our minor characters, of course. So Noah's been added. Done. And then Beth. Shit. Fuck. I messed up. We got to do a new main character. Because there should be, for season 5, there should be 10 main characters. And we've only got 7. No. We've only got 8. So we need to add 2 of these characters to our main characters. Oops a daisy. So Gabriel instantly becomes a main character. Wait. That's 9. Season 5, 10. 10 mains. And Lily. Very random. So yeah, Gabriel and Lily. I think Abraham became a main character in season 5, but now instead it's Gabriel and Lily. I guess Abraham and that crew are just a side note. Kind of weird, actually. Yeah, so Noah's been added, right? No, we've added Noah, yeah. We've done our main characters. So now it's the Beth death. So who gets the Beth death? Who stabs Dawn? Gets shot. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I can make this work. Are you ready? So, in this universe, Lily's been with the group, right? She's surviving along with Tara. She joined the group after the stuff with the governor. And I think in this universe, Lily's like, she recognizes that this is just another tyrant. And so, as Dawn demands Noah back after releasing Tyrese, of course, from her custody. She demands Noah back. Dawn keeping a bunch of black guys in indentured servitude is not very progressive. And Lily's like, hang on a minute. I recognize what you are. You're just like the governor. And Dawn's like, who the fuck's the governor? And yeah, Dawn's like, I recognize what you are. And Lily's like, you're just another tyrant, and stabs Dawn. And then Dawn shoots Lily in the head. And then this character has to be a main character. A main character shoots Dawn in return. That makes no sense. Gabriel's like, she's right. Dawn was just another slave owner. I don't know. Calls Dawn a slave. I don't know. Bro, I don't know if that's yeah, I don't know. Gabriel feels like the unlikely character to do this, but maybe it was like a mistake. Maybe he accidentally fires the gun. But he comes to the exchange, I guess, and yeah, accidentally fires his gun and shoots her and kills her. Or maybe he does it as like maybe he does feel like he agrees with Lily, right? And yeah, he kills her. Kills Dawn. Cool. Anyway, Tyrese's death. So Dawn is dead. Sorry, Dawn. We've added Noah to our group, and then we've also lost Lily. Oh, bro. That's sad. So Amy gets bitten on the arm. They chop her arm off. Beth chops her arm off. They try and rush her, because Beth's like pretty close to Amy, I feel. I mean, they go way back, right? And maybe because I said there was like little romance. Maybe Jimmy and Amy did like cheat. Maybe Jimmy did cheat on Beth with Amy for a brief moment. But despite that, Amy's still trying to get her to safety. And in the end, they're unable to do it. And poor fucking Andrea is like, has lost her sister. I like that. I think that hits. That hits hard. And especially because she's a character who's been there since season 1. So, do you know what? I like that. So we'll add all these guys to... Oh, no, wait. I never added Barbara to... I never added Barbara, so we won't add Barbara. I forgot to add her picture. Oh, well. So we'll add these guys to the minor character list. So we've got Aaron, Deanna, Reg, Aiden, Spencer, Eric, oh shit, Nicholas, Olivia, Ron, Sam. We're getting there, guys. Don't worry. Jesse, Enid, Tobin. This is always a bit of a slog. Maybe I should format it differently so it'll be faster. Anyway, there we are. So all these guys, of course, added to our list. So let's add them all up here. Boop, boop, boop. Almost there, almost there, almost there, guys. Don't worry. Hold on with me. Hold on, okay? You gotta hold on. Huh, huh, huh. Right, there we are. And we can delete some of these standbys now as well. This is the intermission part of the video. If you've not become a member yet, make sure to become a member. Ha, there we go. I've done a plug halfway through the video. So, done. So, Aiden's death. So, who shoots the grenade and, of course, dies. So, this has to be a minor character. Spencer. Okay, instead of Aiden, it's Spencer. Oh wait, before we do that, I just want to briefly just imagine the scene. So when the characters are walking down the road, all like exhausted, we've got Beth, Jimmy, Andrea, Karen. Lizzie's dead. Yeah. So yeah, imagine these characters walking down the road. Sorry, Beth, Jimmy, Andrea, Karen. Obviously, Mika's there. Tyrese, Tara, Abraham, Rosita, Eugene, Gabriel, Noah. That's our group of characters walking down the road. Very different. Very different. A lot of women actually. There's not that many. I feel like there was. Maybe that is about right. Yeah. So eventually, they obviously all come to Alexandria. Is no baby Judith. Maybe Beth will eventually have baby. Who knows? Noah's death. So who gets the revolving door death? Oh, okay. So Aaron already is gone. So the nice kind man who got them into this community, he's the guy that which character witnesses Aaron being eaten? Karen, okay. Karen sees it. So yeah, Karen is forced to watch as Aaron is ripped apart. And then I removed the Pete Anderson going on his rampage. But we will just have a roll for Reg's death. So who gets the Reg death? Okay. Okay, yeah. That works still. That works. So instead of Deanna's husband, it's Deanna's son who gets who has his throat slit. So obviously after that, Deanna orders someone to kill Jimmy. Do it. So instead of Rick do it, it's Jimmy. So I feel like Jimmy's stealing the spotlight of Beth here, man. So Jimmy is the one to kill Pete. And maybe actually, okay, listen here. Maybe this whole time, Beth and Jimmy have kind of like drifted apart a little bit. They're not actually so strong anymore. Maybe we'll say that. They have kind of broken up, and Jimmy obviously clearly wants to get into. He wants his MILF. Okay, he wants to get with Jessie. Okay, so we've got the Eastman thing. So Duane is of course going to be joining the group, not Eastman. It's going to be Duane. Sorry, not Morgan, because Morgan's dead. So Duane is going to be joining the group as a main character, but will Eastman be joining him? Heads yes, tails no. Heads yes. Yes, okay. So I'll add Eastman as a minor character. So Eastman come with Duane. And then we also have to add Scott, Denise, and Heath. So Scott, Denise, Heath. We'll do shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And done. And then also, because we're now into a new season, we've got to add Morgan / Duane, which we've done for, plus a rolled one. So let me just see how many people are meant to be main characters. We've got 9 main characters currently. For season 6, we have 10 main characters. So we have to roll for 1 more main character. Which one of these characters is going to become a main star cast bill? Very random. Olivia is going to become a bit more of a bigger character, I guess. And she's like our main Alexandrian, I suppose. So, anyway, we got the Nicholas death. So, who panics and ends up blowing their brains out after cornering themselves? Oh, no. Sam. Okay, so I guess Sam Anderson, trying to be like a tough boy, heads out to try and, like, I don't know, like, again, just trying to be tough. After his dad died, I don't know, he's showing a brave face, and he wants to be a big boy. And he panics, shoots himself, and I don't know, I guess Karen's our closest thing to our Glenn now. I guess Karen gets the dumpster treatment. Let's say that. So Sam shoots herself, and then who gets the Deanna death? So we'll roll for the Deanna death. So someone obviously gets bitten by a walker and then slowly dies. Oh, is it going to be Deanna herself? No, it's going to be Noah. So Noah gets the Deanna death. So he gets obviously bitten, slowly dies. And then I'm going to take liberty with this with the Anderson family death. So these guys are going to be. I'm going to like try and pick the best option here. Okay. So Beth is going out there with Tara. And Tara, of course, at this point was with Denise. Yeah. I think she was. Yeah, she was. Yeah. They had kissed by that point. Yeah. It was Denise and Tara. So that's what I'm going to do. So I don't think I can really add anyone else. So yeah, Tara and Denise were going out there with, of course, wait, let me just try and think. How can I make this work? How can I make this work? So Noah, he got the Deanna death. Okay. So this is what I'm going to say. I think this makes sense for her character. So Denise was panicking. So she never got kidnapped by Owen, the wolf, right? So she panics. She's panicking because of all the walkers. And she gets the Sam death, okay? And then Tara, obviously feeling distraught after the death of her sister. This is like the person that she's closest with. Tara kind of screams and allows herself to get eaten. And this person, I guess this person blames Beth for this, maybe? We'll say. Ron? It is just Ron? Okay. Ron gets his own death. And this is the person he shoots the eye of. Okay. Wait, no. So, this is going to happen separately. So, the Tara Denise death, that happens with Beth, obviously, as she's trying to get to safety. That happens separately, and then Beth just obviously has to chop the hand of Tara off of her. And then separately, in a different place in the town, Ron shoots Jimmy in the eye. So now Jimmy has one eye, obviously, because blaming him for the death of blaming him for the death of his mother. And then who's the one who kills Ron, actually? Okay, no, I like that. So Beth kills him. Beth kills Ron. So this obviously happens later. She eventually sees the standoff, Ron pointing a gun at Jimmy, about to shoot him in the eye for obviously killing his father, in revenge for killing his father. And obviously he's also distraught because his brother died too earlier on. And maybe he blames Jimmy and Beth for this. So he goes to shoot both of them. And he ends up shooting Jimmy in the eye. And then Beth has to rush Jimmy to the infirmary. But I guess someone else is the one to patch up poor Jimmy. Because it can't be Denise. But I don't know. Who patches up poor Jimmy? Yeah, I could see it. Reg does it. Anyway, who is the character who kills Owen? Now, obviously, it's Carol, so it has to be a main character. Who is the character who takes out Owen, the alpha wolf? Okay, it's Tyrese. He's not kidnapped at the moment. I should probably remove that. So Tyrese takes out the Owen, the alpha wolf, which I don't know, I could see. Maybe he was the one trying to stop Duane from... Duane and Eastman, of course, were the ones who were like... were adamant that he could reform, and Tyrese didn't believe it. And so he's the one who kills the alpha wolf. Someone wanted me to do a role for if Owen reforms and joins, but I don't know. I'm just not interested in that. Anyway, Jesus, Wait, actually, no, don't add Gregory, because we're gonna have to do Gregory's death, who hangs Gregory later on. And then Denise's death. So which character is shot in the head by Dwight's arrow? Are we going comic accurate? No, it's Eric. Okay, so on a supply run, I guess. And which character was the character who like had a run-in with with Dwight? Okay, I like this. So on a run-in, Bob, and I will say Rosita, Bob and Rosita witness, along with Eric, go on a run to try and get supplies, and Eric is shot and killed, sadly. And then which two characters go to the kingdom? So it has to be two main characters. So these two characters head off to the kingdom. Okay, Mika? And... Duane, okay. Okay. So actually, maybe there's like a little romance here, because they're like similar age, aren't they? Maybe there's like a little romance going on here. Yeah, I'm gonna say so. So those like Mika obviously heads off because she doesn't want to be with the group anymore. She thinks she's like, I don't know. She feels. What has Mika really done though? Mika's not really done much, has she? Has she killed anyone? I don't know, but maybe she's just like wants to find an alliance or something. Maybe that's her whole deal. Wait, why would she want to find an alliance? We're not there yet, are we? Because Carol kind of wanted to get away from everything, but at this point they've done the satellite outpost, right? Yeah, maybe Mika killed a lot of people during the satellite outpost, and maybe she's like distraught over that, so she wants to get away. So Mika like runs off, and then Duane kind of runs after her. Obviously leaving Eastman back at the camp at Alexandria. So Abraham's death. So then of course we've got our main character, our season 6. I'm considering this season 6, and then we'll do the Glenn one for season 7. So this character, of course, is beaten to death by Negan. So the first death is Gabriel, and Gabriel's been a main character, so I guess he's been doing a lot lately anyway. Because you've got to think like Abraham's just been reduced to a background character at this point, but Gabriel has been a main character, and so Gabriel has been stepping up, and he's our first death. And maybe he tells Negan as he's getting beat, instead of "suck my nuts," he says, "May God be with you." As like and then Negan's like, "What the fuck?" He said, "May God be with you." I was beating his damn head in, etc., etc. Ruffle. I need to add Eric. And the Alpha Wolf. Where are you, Alpha Wolf? Sorry. Let me just sort this shit out. So add these. What have I done? How have I added Rodney? How did I do that? Where are you, Rodney? Go over here. Season 9. We're not getting there. We're not at you yet, Rodney. What was I doing? I was adding these guys to here. And what was this again? Bro, I've already forgot. Yeah, so Gabriel, sorry, Gabriel. Gabriel got the Negan death. He had his head beaten in, and he said, "May God be with you," as he beat him in. He beat his head in. Anyway, so now we're on to season 7. And I'm not considering Abraham a main character, so I don't really remove him. So there's 12 main characters, not including Abraham, and not including Negan, because I will add Negan later on in season 9 when I consider him not a villain. So 12 main characters, so that means we have to have 12 main characters here. Now, we lost, in season 7, we lost 2. So we went from 10, did we lose 2? Huh? We should have started with 12. Minus 2, that should be 10. So we should have 10 here. Oh, wait. Mika and Duane. Yeah, we do. I need to remember that because I removed them. 8, so 7, 8, 9. So we only have to roll for 1. I need to, it's a good thing I caught on there because I would have been adding an extra character, which would have been good. Would have not been good. Ooh, I like this. I like this. So Jesse is a main character. So I'm gonna say that, yeah, Jesse and Jimmy are probably a thing now, I feel. Even though Jimmy killed her son, I guess maybe she doesn't know that. Or yeah, but no, Beth killed Ron. Yeah, I guess that's a thing. We're gonna say that's a thing. But I feel like Beth needs a new love interest. So I'm gonna roll. Who's Beth's new love interest? Not Enid. She's a child. At this point, anyway. At this point, I feel like, yeah, Enid would have been like 14, so too young for Beth. Bro, this is like some. It's trying its best, guys. It's trying its best. We need a love interest for Beth, okay? Her and Jimmy, they broke up. Too old for Beth. Too creepy. I don't like that. I don't like Eastman's bald head. All right, I don't know. I'm joking. How old is Rosita? I feel like she's probably of age. How old would Heath have been? I feel like Heath might be the only character who's like of age here, really. We've got main characters. Who could it be here? I feel like the only character it could be is Heath. I feel like all the other characters are too old. And even Heath, I'm pretty sure, is like a little bit too old for her. Fuck it. We'll go with it. Just by nature of being a character who's to a similar-ish age. I think he's like mid-20s. By this point, Beth would be 18, 19, right? Or 18. Maybe we'll say she's 19. So maybe Heath is going a little bit too young. But it's the apocalypse, and Beth is a lot older. Obviously, she's a lot older than what she, her maturity levels are increased, especially because Heath's like, a pretty amateur survivor. So yeah, we'll say that Heath and Beth are a couple now. We'll say that. Why not? Anyway, we got the Glenn's death. So I've been yapping this whole time, but we still have to do the Glenn death. So 9, 10. So yeah, those two characters are at the kingdom. So which of these characters gets their head beaten in? No. So the next death is Tyrese. So Tyrese, he's been there for a while now. He's been there since season 3. He gets his head beaten in as well. And yeah, and so of course the characters left going back to Alexandria is Beth, Jimmy, Andrea, Karen, Mika, Abraham, Rosita, Eugene, Jesse, who's now a main character, so I'll put her up here. Olivia is also a main character, so I guess Olivia was at the lineup too. You got Reg, Ron, Enid, Spencer, Deanna, she's still kicking about as well. Her and Reg are still kicking, so I guess, obviously Beth's taken over as leader, but yeah. Awesome. So that's going pretty well. I like it. So who gets kidnapped and tortured by the governor? Not by the governor. By Negan. Sorry. Oh, I forgot Andrea was even here. Andrea is taken to the sanctuary. Maybe Negan offers her a position of being one of his wives, but obviously Andrea says no. And then, of course, he begins to feed her dog food sandwiches and shows her pictures of Tyrese's bashed-in head. And then this character heads off to... Well, that can't happen. This character heads off to Hilltop to sort of run Hilltop. That can't happen either. Can't be Beth either. It's going to land on Andrew anyway. One more roll, okay? One more roll. And if it lands on a character it can't be, I'm just going to decide it's Jimmy. Okay, well, it landed on Jimmy anyway. So, there you go. It's Jimmy. So, Jimmy heads off, probably with Jesse, right? I'm going to say with Jesse. Jimmy and Jesse head off to the hilltop, because obviously Sasha heads off with Maggie. So, Jimmy and Jesse, they head off to the hilltop to, of course, bury poor Gabriel and Tyrese. Yeah, maybe Jimmy was, particularly close to Tyrese. Well, we'll say that. Who goes to Oceanside? Main character role. Oh, wait, is this a main character role? Let me just double check. I think Tara is elevated to main character by the time of Season 7. Bugger. Hit the wrong thing on my little iPad here. Checking. This is very professional of me. Yes, Tara is a main character by this point. So, yeah. Which of these characters goes to the Oceanside? Ooh, okay. So Olivia is the one who goes to the Oceanside and meets Cindy and that lot. And then which minor character is she bringing along with her? And obviously, this minor character would just get kidnapped and sent to the scavengers. The scavengers send them to the CRM. But instead, we'll just say this character dies on the mission. So, Tobin... We're not doing any spin-offs, by the way. I know, if you don't know about that rule, I do. I don't do any spin-offs. So, any, the bridge death, Rick blowing himself on the bridge, I'm just doing that as a main character death instead of a main character exit. Because, fuck doing spin-offs, okay? We're not doing spin-offs. We're just doing the main show. We want one complete package. But Tobin dies on the mission with Olivia. I need to add the other bloody... What's it? Tyrese. Where are you, Tyrese? Yeah, so Tobin dies on the mission with Olivia. So Tobin and Olivia, they go and they find the Oceanside. And Tobin dies on the mission. Spencer's death. So which character is being a little snaky snake, trying to make deals with Negan. And then they get gutted. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, boy. It's Eastman. So Eastman... That's brutal, man. Wow. So Eastman was trying to be a snake. Maybe it's more so less so Beth's not a good leader. Maybe Eastman's listen, Negan, put down the weapons, put down the love. We can all be one, kumbaya. All life is precious. And Negan's bullshit. No, life is not precious. And he guts poor Eastman like a fish. And then this character gets the Olivia death. So... Oh, no. Eugene. Damn, okay. So Eugene gets the Olivia death. And I could just say that he did make the bullets, yeah. But who asked Eugene to make him a bullet? Karen. Oh. So Karen asked Eugene to make him a bullet. He does. Wait, actually. We've also got who got kidnapped. Yeah, anyway, yeah, who gets kidnapped? We'll do who gets kidnapped. So Karen got Eugene to make a bullet. So she shot Negan, shot Lucille. She gets pinned down. She gets her cheek cut. And then he says a rat killed somebody. She shoots Eugene. That can't work. Wait, no, that can work. No, because she's back now. She is back. And Olivia gets kidnapped and taken to the sanctuary. Ignore this role. Andrea's currently our Daryl as well, right? So does Andrea kill Fat Joey? Tails, Fat Joey joins and helps them, and Heads, this character kills them. So if it's a Heads, Andrea beats the shit out of Fat Joey. Yes, it's a Heads. So Andrea beats the shit out of Fat Joey and caves his head in and kills that mofo. And of course, Eastman was a sneaky snake. And who else have we got? And Eugene was our Olivia Death. Crazy. So, Fat Joey dead. Andrea killed him. So, exclusive kingdom roll. So we've now back to Duane and Mika. We're doing an exclusive kingdom roll. These guys are probably immune actually. So, do you know what? Thinking about it, it makes no sense to add them because at this point all the kingdomers are not immune. But we'll add them back there now. So we've got. Let me just add this. So. It has to be Duane or Mika though, who ends one of these guys, who ends the Richard stand-in. But we'll roll for who gets the Benjamin Death. So who gets the Benjamin Death first of all? Henry. Oh shit! So I guess Henry comes on the mission, and he's the one who gets killed. That's pretty sad. Just a little boy who gets killed, but whatever. How it be sometimes. And then, who then is the character who got him killed? It was Benjamin who was trying to start a revolution. Oh, shit. And then, is it Mika or is it Duane who kills Benjamin for getting Henry killed? Heads Duane, tails Mika. Heads Duane. So, Duane... so, Henry shot by Jared... Benjamin killed by Duane. So Duane like strangles the shit out of Benjamin for getting his brother killed. Read above. So then we add kingdomers to the main wheel. So we've got these guys, very different characters. Richard's still kicking about. Very funny. So that's done. Oh, shit. Done. Add Oceansiders. We'll do that now. So we don't need to add Natanya. But we add Cindy, Rachel, and what's her name? Beatrice. So they'll be minor characters for now. And then we've got Sasha's death. So this is a main character death. So who gets the Sasha main character death? Beth's immune. Am I missing something here? Did I remove a character by accident? Andrea's there? No. Oh wait, no. Did I add? Who got kidnapped again? Olivia. Did I remove Olivia? No. Huh. Wait. I'm a bit lost. Hang on. So we're season 7, aren't we? We should have 12 mains. We lose 2. We obviously lost. We lose. Bro, I don't know if I've done this wrong. So there's 12. There's meant to be 12 mains. I've added Mika and Duane. Have I missed someone? I don't know. We'll just go with it. Whatever. So this character gets the Sasha death. I think I just rolled for it and then just forgot. Wait, did I? Wait, hang on. What was the result before? Beth. Oh, it was Beth. Yeah, so it's Karen. So Karen, she is the character. She ends up committing Sudoku with listening to an iPod, and Karen gets the Sasha death. Her Walker self comes out, attacks Negan, holy goddamn, you know, and he falls over, etc., etc. Anyway, we had Dwight, and we had Jadis now as well. Dwight, Jadis. So now we've done that, we can sort out who is our main characters. I don't know what I've done wrong here. I'm not sure if I have done something wrong or I'm just coxing myself. Wait, these guys are not here. Unless I didn't add a character who's meant to be a main character here. Oh well, it is what it is. So, main characters, we are meant to have, for Season 8, 12 main characters. Currently, we got 9. So, we've got to add 2 more. Wait, so this was 10. Wait, no, that did make sense, I think. Yeah, I don't know. So, I need to add 2 more main characters. No, 3 more main characters. No, 4. Yeah, 3. Jerry! So Jerry becomes the main character. I guess instead of Ezekiel. Makes sense. Hang on. Season 8, roll 4, 1 Hilltopper and 1 Kingdomer. So we've got 1 Hilltopper. So, no, sorry, 1 Kingdomer. So we'll do 1 Hilltopper. Someone needs to replace Jesus, basically. And then we also add Negan. Wait, no, that's Season 8. Yeah, roll 4. Oh, no, it's just roll 4. Well, I guess Jadis becomes the main character as well then. So Jerry, Jadis, they become main characters, and then one more. I think for Season 9, I need to make sure I've got 1 Hilltopper, 1 Kingdomer. Reg. Very weird. Okay. Poor fucking Rosita and Abraham are still not main characters. They've just been left to the background. So Jerry, Jadis, and Reg become main characters this season. Very weird, but okay. So there we have it. So who was forced in the trailer with Negan? Now at this point, was Gabriel a main character or not? Let me just double check. I know he becomes a main character in Season 9, but is he a main character in Season 8? Don't think so, but I'll just double check. So starring... Oh no, Gabriel was in Season 7. No, Season 8, sorry. Yeah. So Gabriel was the main character in Season 8. So that means that he... this is a main character role. That's what it means. So who was forced in the trailer with Negan? Obviously they in turn get kidnapped for a bit. Jesse. So Negan's like, yeah, I rubbed one out over there, by the way, Jesse. So yeah, Jimmy's beloved gets kidnapped into the trailer. Which 4 are left from Season 1? Roll a dice. Oh yeah, shit. Guys, remember Herschel and Maggie? Well, Herschel and Maggie are coming back. So we have to roll 4 dice to determine how many are alive. So 4 dice. 2 are alive. So 2 of them are alive. It goes in age. So oldest is 1. So Herschel's 1. Youngest is Maggie. So she's 2. If 1... so roll 4. Wait, if it's a 1, the other's died off screen. And the remaining is killed by... Yeah. If it's not... Okay, so we roll the 4 dice again. 3. So that means that they're all alive. 4 dice again. Whoever lands on gets killed. 4 dice again. So then who gets killed? So this is the roll for who gets killed. 3. So that means oldest is 1. So the person who gets killed is Maggie. Okay. So that means because 3 is it wasn't. If it was 1, it would have been Herschel. But anything else, it would have been Maggie. Yeah, we'll say it's Maggie. A 1 and a 2 would have been Herschel. Yeah, we'll just go with Maggie. So Maggie gets killed and Herschel gets kidnapped. So who kills Maggie? I don't know, actually. If it lands on Beth, I'm going to be happy. Oh, bro. Okay, so, yeah, in this universe, the big reveal is that Maggie and Herschel have been saviors this entire fucking time, and that they survived the attack in the Atlanta camp. And Beth is forced to kill her own sister after she is completely far gone. And Herschel is kidnapped. Herschel is kind of like... He's taken... like hostage. He's one of the hostages taken, I guess. But, of course, eventually he will, I guess, redeem himself and he will see the error of his ways. But, fucking hell, Beth has killed her own sister. That is brutal. So this savior war is very different for her. And we've got Eric's death. So who gets shot and eventually left by a tree? Oh, no. Okay, so minor character Abraham and minor character Rosita are in the thing, and Abraham leaves Rosita by the tree and eventually sees her walker self walking out there into the distance, and it's very sad. So, which is the Shiva death? So who gets the Shiva death? Dwight! So I guess Dwight heads in there to sacrifice himself for King Ezekiel. Maybe for Beth. Maybe he sacrifices himself for Beth. Who was it again who was bonded with Dwight? I think I did roll for that, but I think I forgot who it was now. It was Bob, wasn't it? It was Bob Stuckey, yeah. So maybe Dwight saves himself for Bob and Ezekiel, or maybe just Bob. But yeah, Dwight chucks a bunch of zombies away and then starts roaring and then gets devoured. Who shoots Grandma? So this was Enid, and at the time Enid was a minor character, so we'll roll for a minor character shooting Grandma. Bro. Well, I guess she doesn't shoot Grandma. Shiva gets free when they're trying to recruit... So they're trying to recruit Oceanside, and they're trying to impress them by saying, like, listen, we've got a fucking tiger. We're going to win this war, guys, so you can just join us. And Shiva gets loose and kills Grandma. Oh, bro. I like it already. Anyway, well, that's Sadiq. Sadiq has been added. Done. Awesome. Anyway, Carl's death. So this is a major character death. So this character is devoured, is bitten, and then slowly dies. It's Karen. Wait. Hang on a minute. Karen's already dead. I was so confused. I forgot to remove her. That was why the thing was fucked up. Wait, I don't even know anymore. Wait, no, I'm re-rolling. That's dreadful. I'm not having it be fucking Jadis. What have I done wrong here? I feel like I've messed up somewhere. I feel like I've removed someone I should have removed, you know? Jimmy's still on the wheel, is he? Jimmy's still here. Beth's still here. Okay, who gets the call death? We'll re-roll for that. Oh, damn. It is a season 1 character as well. Andrea is the character who gets bitten, slowly dies. She basically gets her comic book death and kind of says to Beth, you know, you've got to look at what's happened. You've killed your own sister, for Christ's sake. Enough is enough. We've got to make peace with the Saviors, etc., etc. You can't kill Negan. Does Gavin reform? Heads, yes. Tails, no. Heads, yes. Tails, no. Heads, yes, he does, yes. So Gavin joins our group of survivors. He defects from the Saviors and joins our group. Where are you, Gavin? So he's joined our group of merry men. Dwight got the Shiva death, didn't he? So I need to add Dwight. Now Andrea's been bitten and died. Oh, you, Andrea. So in terms of season 1 characters, we've literally just got Beth and Jimmy, right? Yeah. That's just how it be. That is just how it be. Crazy. Okay, so Andrea, that is a big death. We lost Andrea. Bye bye. Gavin has reformed. NA. That's an NA. Add Alden as well. Add Alden. Alden's been added. Oh, and Rosita. We need to add Rosita because she's dead, isn't she? Keep bloody. I need to make sure I do this. So Shiva shot Grandma as well. So we need to add Grandma. Add the Oceanside ladies to our little list here. Grandma's dead. Killed by Shiva. Who else is there? Dwight, Rosita. Done that. Okay, awesome. We've added Alden. Where are you, Alden? And also Sadiq. It can be added too. Forget about Georgie and the fucking cringe twins. They just die. In my universe, who's running the hilltop again? Jimmy and and Jesse. Jimmy and Jesse just shoot and steal their supplies and call them idiots. Why were you trading records? What a stupid plan that was. Anyway, Dr. Carlson's death. Dr. Carlson. Harlan Carson. So, which character dies whilst trying to get Jesse free from captivity? Beatrice. Well, it's Beatrice, wasn't it? Yeah, so I guess Beatrice joins the Oceanside. Sorry, joins the fight against the Saviors early, and she tries to help to get what's her name? Well, Carson's there. Well, yeah, to get Dr. Carlin Carson out. Maybe it's her and Carson, and instead of she goes for the gun and she gets shot instead. Bit of a weird sidetrack, but there you go. Tobin's death. So who gets stabbed with a tainted weapon and then slowly dies? Oh no! Jesus! So the guy who introduced us to the hilltop is the person who gets the Tobin death. So he gets stabbed with a tainted weapon, slowly dies, and then turns and wreaks havoc. Who kills Jared? So obviously it was Morgan in the main series, but it can be someone different here. Who knows? Jadis. Maybe I should have killed Jadis off. Oh well. Jadis is the character who kills Jared. She holds Jared's hair and allows him to die. Don't know why, but she has a vendetta. Now Negan gets to now join the main character wheel, and we'll add Laura to this one. So that's done. Who is the character who kills Simon? So obviously it was a main character in the main series, so we'll let it be a main character here because it was Negan who did it. Now at this point he was still kind of a villain, but okay, just stays the same. So Negan kills Simon, no change there. And then we'll have an extra final death because obviously we have Morgan. And wait, actually, a final death, main character, one minor character. No, two minor characters. Two minors. Because both Dwight and Sherry exit the series and Morgan exits the series. So, wait, is Sherry even in this tier, to be fair? Sherry's not even here, so we don't need to do one for Sherry. One minor then. There isn't a Sherry picture, I don't think. Yeah, there isn't. So, what we'll do is we'll do one major death, one minor death, and they are going to be deaths because we're not doing character exits. So this character dies during the battle. So Nicholas, last heroic death. He dies during one of the final battles. But you know what? He's been around for a while. I guess he was redeemed. Who was the character? Maybe he tried to shoot and kill Karen, or maybe it was Bob. Yeah, we'll say it was Bob. Or no, it was Karen, because Karen's like our Glenn. Bro, no! Duane! So Duane gets the Morgan exit, but instead of a Morgan exit, he's bitten, and he's like, again, kind of lays it on thick to Beth. Like, you got to spare Negan, that's my dying wish. All life is precious. That works, there you go. So Duane's like, all life is precious. I regret killing all these people. Beth, hey Beth, please. Alright, I saved you in the beginning, remember, when you were shot. When you were stumbled out the hospital. Like you spared your dad, like you should have spared your sister, etc., etc. Spare Negan. So Beth does end up sparing Negan, and we'll say that Beth is the one who defeats Negan as well. I don't care. It's my rewrite. I can do what I want. Anyway, on to season 9. So going on to season 9, we meant to have 14 mains, and we actually lose 5 mains in this season, which is kind of crazy. So we need to add 4 more characters. So which 4 characters are going to join the main cast? Rachel? Poor Abraham, man. He's still just reduced to a background character. Shiva is a main character. Rightio, we'll go with it. So there's 12 mains. There we go. That's season 9. We've added Negan already, haven't we? Season 9, they're meant to be 14 mains. What am I about? Yeah, 14 mains. So two more. I say that we probably should have one hilltopper is all I've got as a note. But to be honest, I guess Jesse's kind of a hilltopper in a way. So Sadiq is a main character now as well. Ooh. Sadiq, is it? Sadiq? I literally just spelt it. Sadiq, right? Yeah. And then one more character. I say it has to be a hilltopper, but there's literally only one hilltopper there, so I'm gonna axe that roll. Huh. It's Deanna. Deanna and Reg are both main characters. Right, and then all these others are just kind of background characters, I guess. Poor Abraham has been reduced to the background still. So there we go. Those are our new main characters: Beth, Bob, Jimmy. Jimmy and Jesse are still kicking about. I guess Beth and Heath are a couple, but Heath is kind of a background character at the same time. And we will do an RJ, I guess. I guess it will be a HJ. Instead of RJ, it'll be HJ. So who hangs Gregory? So this has to be a main character. Wait, has to be a main character. Ignore that. Has to be one of our main 14 characters. Yes, that's right. 14 of them. Sadiq. Okay. So I guess Sadiq was the one who, like, I guess the person who orders the hanging is probably Jimmy. Because he probably agrees with, he thinks that they should have killed Negan. But the person who actually does it for him is Sadiq, who I guess in this universe lives at the hilltop instead. Obviously, Andrea was sacrificing walkers for Sadiq, to honor Sadiq's mother in this universe, maybe. Yeah. Well, I need to add all those deaths. Hang on, we've got the Beatrice death. Beatrice died, didn't she? And then Jesus died. Oh shit, I forgot to add all these deaths. And who else died? Duane. Oh, I never even added Duane back to that thing. Yeah, Duane's dead as well. Who else died? Nicholas was an extra death, wasn't he? Where's Nicholas? There you are. Where are we? Now Gregory's dead as well. Okay. I think we're all good. I guess Hershel's also a minor character too, so I don't know. Hershel's just been at Hilltop, maybe? I don't know. So Sadiq was the one who did it, ordered by Jimmy. I guess, yeah, anyway. Who loses an arm? So I think by this point, Aaron was a main character. So, let me just double check. Yes. So it has to be a main character who loses their arm. So which character will it be? Who loses an arm? Ooh, Jimmy. So yeah, Jimmy loses the arm in this universe. Who kills a rat? So which character is the character who kills a rat? It has to be a minor character. There you go, it's Scott. Scott kills a rat. Why? I guess because they were mean saviors. And then obviously we've got the Rick exit. Who dies on the bridge? Yes, that's right. It's going to be a death. Someone says, I found my family, etc., etc., and shoots themselves and blows up on the bridge. It's Rachel from the Oceanside. So she was a main character this whole time. What has she done? Not much. I guess we've just spent like a lot of screen time with her. And Rachel ends up blowing herself up on the bridge to save the other communities. So R.I.P. Rachel. Try to get over there. We've added Laura. Well, we can add all these guys as well. Let's just add all these. Wait a minute. Did Jadis die? No, she just killed Jared. She's still a main character. But anyway, yeah. Weird Rachel death. She was a main character though, apparently. I mean, She's like what, like how they made Gareth a main character for like a couple like episodes, and then he died, but he was still main cast build. That was very weird. But yeah, so Rachel, and then who gets killed by the CRM after trying to swindle them? So this is the Jadis exit, but instead of an exit, it's going to be a death, of course. So this character spots the CRM, tries to swindle them, and then gets killed. It's Diane. So goodbye, Diane. You will be missed. Diane is killed by those damn CRM. And which main character goes on an adventure for a bit? So this is the Maggie exit. So this character is going to exit the series for a bit, and then eventually they're gonna come back. Reg. So I guess Reg, lots of breakups. Reg and Deanna's relationship did not work out, I suppose, and so Reg decided to dip for a bit. So so Diane, she tried to swindle the CRM. She gets executed. Very random side plot, and of course, Reg Monroe decided he's had enough, and he's gone on a little adventure with Georgie and the Cringe twins. So then we do a little time skip. So who was the person who killed Jocelyn? So which main character was the character who killed Jocelyn? Now obviously there is no Michonne, so this character I guess maybe knew Jocelyn from some Negan. Okay, so I guess Negan gets out of his cell to look for the kidnapped kids, to retrieve the kidnapped kids, and he ends up killing Jocelyn, but he's then placed back in his cell regardless of his heroic act. Then we have to add Magna, Yumiko, Luke, Connie, Kelly. Done. And then we also have to add RJ, but in this universe it's HJ, because it's going to be Heath Jr. Actually, wait, you got Beth Jr. Or, no, we'll call it HJ. Or actually, who would Beth name it after? Who's Beth been closest to that she's lost? Who's a male? I'm trying to think. I mean, Tyrese obviously was a big one. He was around for a bit. Daryl. Oh, yeah, because obviously she lost Daryl. Right, she hasn't lost her dad. Her dad's just kind of still in captivity, I guess. He's still imprisoned. So yeah, maybe she names it Daryl. Daryl Jr. Should we call RJ Daryl Jr.? Yeah, little Daryl. Little Daryl. Daryl Jr. We're going to call him Daryl Jr., okay? So RJ in this universe is Daryl Jr. Where are you? So add him here, Daryl Jr. there. Where is he? Yeah. And we've also had to add Dog. Add Dog 2. And then Tammy Rose, Earl Gage, Rodney. Tammy Rose. Earl, Gage, Rodney, Addy. Is there anyone else I need to add? Oh, Marco. Right. Awesome. How have we lost? 14 mains. Wait, what? How have we lost 2 already? How the hell have we lost 2 main characters already? Did I remove Negan? No. Oh yeah, Reg left. Reg's left the series. I need to trust myself here. Okay. So, that's our rewrite so far. What have we got next? So we've done that. Kill Jed. So, which main character kills Jed? Because it has to be a main character. I feel like Beth needs to do some more things. She is our main protagonist. Very random. But Sadiq is the one to kill Jed. Okay. Exciting. Jesus Death. So who gets the Jesus Death? Who is stabbed by the Whisperers? Introducing us to the Whisperers in a shocking manner. It's Olivia. Olivia is stabbed and killed by the Whisperers as they're trying to rescue, I don't know, one of the other main characters. Who are they trying to rescue? So they're trying to rescue this character, and Olivia is stabbed and killed in a shocking twist. You are where you do not belong. Poor Olivia is dead. Very shocking, and it was all to save this person that we're going to look at in a second. Hang on. After I've added all these guys. Bob! They were trying to save Bob. And Olivia died. Anyway, add Lydia and Ozzy. So, Lydia, Ozzy. Done. And we're going to be doing a D20 for this, just because I like the chaos. So, how many Pike deaths are there going to be? Now, there are going to be 2 main character deaths, but the others will be minor. 6. Okay. So that means 2 main character for the Pikes. So who are the 2 main characters for the Pikes? Deanna. Oh no, after Reg has left as well. So Deanna is 1. She's been piked. And the other person who's piked is Shiva. They chop off Shiva's head and they mount it on a pike. So that's 2. And then we've got to do 4 now minor characters. So 4 of these characters also get piked. Earl. So we lose Earl. So Deanna and Shiva are piked. And then we also lose Earl. He's piked. Luke as well. So we've got... We also lose Luke. Deanna, Shiva, Earl, Luke. Who else? Kelly? Oh my god, Magnus Group. Poor Magnus Group. They've also lost Kelly. And... one more minor character gets piked. As well as, obviously, Frankie, Alec. Ozzy! Oh no, we lost Ozzy as well. And Ozzy. So, there we are. Those are dead. And DJ as well, of course. DJ, Alec, Frankie, Deanna, Shiva, Earl, Luke, Kelly, Ozzy. That is brutal. The Shiva one is... it's kind of funny, though. Jules! We have to add Jules. Now, Luke is dead, so who's she sleeping with? I don't know. Fucking... maybe Yumiko or Magna or something. Does Frances die or join the coalition? Head she dies, tails she joins. Head she dies, tails she joins. Head she dies, she dies. So Frances dies the same way she does in the current timeline. So we need to add Ozzy. Oh wait, no, before we do that, we need to do our season 10, finding our main characters. So add her, add Frances. Of course, Ozzy died. We lost... yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So, who was our main characters for season 10? So, of course, season 10, 10 mains, lose 1, and then my instructions are person returning. So one person's returning. So, of course, Reg is returning. So, at the end of the season. But we'll just do to be added end of season. Because Maggie is technically a season 10 main character billing. Because she comes back at the end and she's there for the COVID episodes. So, there should be 10 mains. Yeah, there we go. It's already done. So, this is pointless. But I do like the idea of Daryl Jr. being the main character. Season 11, by the way, has 19 main characters. It's fucking insane. They have 19 main characters on the main cast billing. So that's going to be hilariously fun when we get to that. But I might actually not bother doing that. I'm not sure. We'll see. I mean, like, 2 of them are obviously Princess, Mercer, and Judith who were added, but still. Right, so we've already got our main characters. So she's dead. We're not doing this Amelia Milo thing. They're dead. Sadiq's death. So Sadiq actually technically isn't a main character billing when he dies. So this is going to be just a minor character death, really. So Dante discovers Rodney knows who he is and kills Rodney. Fair enough. So Dante kills Rodney. And then who is the character who then kills Dante. Now this has to be a main character, of course. So let's have a look. Jerry. Okay. So Jerry then stabs the shit out of Dante and kills him. Ignore this who's trapped in the cage. Gamma, we add Gamma to our minor list here. There is no cave. The cave storyline's stupid, so we're getting rid of it. He's dead. Done. Laura's death. So who's slammed on the boss, the cell doors of the little thing? Oh, it's so close to Laura. It's Richard. So Richard was, protecting Gamma, and he gets slammed against the cell doors and dies. And then obviously we've got Battle of the Hilltop. So we'll have Gamma's death first. So Alden is gutted like a fish by Beta. Alden, damn, poor Alden. I'm gonna throw in an extra. This is an no. Hershel gets the Earl death. The Earl death is Hershel Greene, man. Poor Beth is gonna learn that her dad, she never really got to bond with him. He's been in a prison cell this whole time. He got released for the Whisperer War, and then he's dead. Beth's gonna be distraught. She's gonna be so sad. But yeah, poor Hershel. Another season 1 character, actually, technically. But the show never really did much with him. He was just in a cell the whole time, and he unfortunately didn't make it. He died, and Alden died too. Where's Alden? And I'm gonna add an extra. I was gonna say I'm gonna add an extra death, but I'm gonna add an extra death as well, just because I feel like a lot of characters kind of disappear and stuff anyway, like Cindy and all that. So we're gonna do, just to kind of spice it up, extra Hilltop battle death. Extra Hilltop battle death. Tammy! Okay, well there you are. That works because both of them are dead by this point anyway. So Tammy is also killed off too. So which three head off to the Commonwealth? Now, at this point, it was, of course, Eugene and Ezekiel, 2 main characters, and Yumiko, who at that point was a minor character. So the characters that are going to head to the the Commonwealth are Bob. I'll add them to this one. Bob. Along with Jadis. Maybe they're a couple. Who knows? I don't know. Why not? I guess maybe they are. Jadis, Bob, and then which minor character? Oh God, which minor character is heading off with them? Addie. Very random. So Jadis, Bob, and Addie head off to the Commonwealth. Oh, who kills Alpha? So which character is the character who puts an end to Alpha? It has to be a main character, so which one is it? It's just Negan. Okay. So same as it is in the show, Negan is the one who does it. He also took out Jocelyn, so this man's just really looking for his redemption, isn't he? He's like, I just really want to be redeemed, guys. Let me show how much I want to be redeemed. Right, now we have main character finale death to account for Michonne's exit. So I'm going to say this person leads the herd away from the big herd of zombies. They lead this herd of zombies away. It's Sadiq. So Sadiq is the big character who leads the herd of zombies away at the end of the series, and sacrifices himself to stop the herd from destroying the other communities. Very sad, actually. Very sad. Poor Sadiq. I mean, he's done a little bit so far, right? He killed Jed. He also executed Gregory. So we have to add all these guys. Now, Reg, there probably is no Hershel, so we will not add Hershel Ree. Hershel doesn't exist, sadly. He died before he was born. Oh, I go far. Duncan and Cole. Rightio, so Herschel, sorry, don't exist. We'll put you down there because I don't think I can really make it work unless it's obviously Beth has her little Daryl Jr. as a son. That's her son. We don't need. I guess there is like Karen, isn't there? No, not Karen. I mean Jesse and yeah, there is Jesse and Jimmy. So maybe we'll add Herschel. Herschel is their son. We'll call Herschel Sam Ron the Second. Ron the Second is our Herschel Jr. is our Herschel Jr. Okay, they've had a son in the time skip too, I guess, and now the child's come back. And Reg has of course rejoined our group too. So hello Reg, thanks for joining back. And season 11 is fucking wild, okay? Because we have Mercer as a main character, we have Princess as a main character, and of course Alden at this point is a main character. So we have a total of 19 main characters, and I shit you not, that's actually how many there is. So we add the person who returned, of course. We also add Princess Mercer. I've done that right. One at first. One at first. What does that mean? And we also had the legacy character. And of course our legacy character is what's his name? Little RJ. But it's not RJ, it's Herschel. No, it's Daryl Jr., isn't it? Daryl Jr. RJ. So Daryl Jr., which is Heath and Thingy's kid. So Magna is becoming a main character, which is what happened anyway. Magna did become a main character. Even though Magna basically did nothing, let's be honest. So Magna becomes a new character. We need a total of, how many again? 19 main characters. Laura becomes a main character. I need to remove Daryl Jr. there. Laura becomes a main character. Will Abraham finally be upgraded to a main character? Okay, so we've also got Ron the Second, Herschel Jr. So Ron the Second, Herschel Jr. Awesome. So he's also a main character. Who else is a main character? Will Abraham get to be a main character this season? No, but Ezekiel will. This whole time, Ezekiel's been like, you know, a minor sort of recurring character. Jerry's been I guess he gave up the kingship for Jerry, and Jerry took over, and he just kind of became a slot, you know, a background character. And Elijah's a main character now too. Lydia's not though. Elijah, main character. And then finally, no, not finally. There's way more. There's way more to go. Because this season was fucking crazy and gave a bunch of characters the main character billing. It's still wild to me. Agatha is a main character apparently. Do you know what? I disagree. I'm not gonna do that. I think we've got one. We've got one guy from season 11. We're not doing another. I guess we'll have Gamma. Gamma, fine. I'm not doing Agatha and all that. We've already got Elijah. That's enough. Cindy. Sure, Cindy's a main character now too. I guess she is a community leader, so that makes sense. Maybe she can actually do something in this season. 2 more. Yes, that's right. There's 9 characters on the fucking... 19 characters on the main cast billing. Plus, obviously, you have the villains as well. Lydia actually gets to be one as well, so that's kind of cool. So Lydia gets to do something this season. I guess she didn't have the relationship with Henry. Who did Lydia have that relationship with? The whole, like, little... Because there was no Henry. I guess it could have been, like, Gage. That one's done. Ignore. Oh, shit. I never even did Who Killed Beta. We'll get onto that. Oh, shit. Fuck. Yikes. Yikes, guys. Oopsie. We'll do it. We'll do this. Dog. Dog is also a main character. Okay. So ignore that. Dog 2. So what I'm going to do, these are the guys we've just added, right? And we added Reg back. Yeah. Reg, Mercer, Princess, Daryl Jr., Magna. So just copy, get rid of that. So which character killed Beta? Who killed Beta? Jesse. Man, fucking Beth's got nothing to do. So Jesse killed Beta. Awesome. Very cool, Jesse. And then who was banging Leah? So which character was banging Leah? This, like, in the flashback, turns out she was with... Oh my god, Jimmy got cheated on. So Jesse and Leah were a couple. Jesse was banging Leah, cheating on Jimmy. Wow. Add that main character back. Yes, done. Reg added. And then we'll just add them. So, boom. They're all back now. So we've got our 19 main characters. How crazy. Now we've got the gauge death. So who gets the gauge death? So which character gets panics? Stabs themselves. It's Cole. So Cole, where these people come from, who knows? I guess they came with Reg, right? They came with Reg. Cole gets the gauge death. Who gets the Cole death, though? Who gets their throat slit in the woods whilst running away from the Reapers? Oh my god! Enid! So they also take out poor Enid, who's been there this whole time. I guess she's kind of like a Tobin-esque character. She's been in the background the whole time. But Enid gets her throat slit. And then who gets shish kebabbed, like Duncan does? No! No! That's such a shit way for Abraham to go. Abraham, who's, again, I guess been like a Tobin-esque character this whole time. Oh, bro. Abraham gets fucking shish kebabbed. Wait, I never did who killed Brandon, did I? Oh, fuck it. Oh yeah, because I ignored it. Well, listen, I guess Negan just killed Brandon because I forgot about it. We added Jaws. Did I add Virgil? No, I think we add Virgil later. Anyway, so he's dead. He died, didn't he? We're not doing the whole Lucille. I got rid of the Lucille Franklin thing. They just died off screen. Who cares? So anyway, Cole got shish kebabbed, right? Enid got her throat slit. Cole stabbed himself. Enid gets her throat slit, and fucking Abraham gets shish kebabbed. And you know what? It's kind of cool. This is actually quite impactful because it's going to be like, oh my god, the Reapers are actually a threat here because they've just taken out like Enid and Abraham who've been there for seasons. And then this is the Agatha death. Oh, okay. Yumiko. Wait, I messed up already. So Dog, Lydia, and Cindy, you are not main characters because I forgot about the main characters on this list, which means that these guys have had a little bit of a fair time there because these are main characters, right? Wait, no, Addie's not. So Cindy, you were next, weren't you? So Cindy's a main character. Lydia and Dog, you are not main characters. Sorry, you are not main characters because I forgot there's two main characters here. Sorry, who was the Agatha death there? Yumiko. Oh yeah. So Yumiko is in the woods. I guess Magna witnesses her being surrounded by walkers, and Yumiko is devoured. Devoured, I say, by walkers. Now, fuck. We've lost like a fairly biggish character from season 9. We've lost a big character from season 5, or one character from season 4, and a character from season 5. The Reapers now are a threat. The Reaper arc is fucking insane. Okay, this is insane. Wow, we've lost like loads of these big characters. Now we've got the Frost death. So who gets kidnapped and interrogated, and then eventually killed? Obviously, Jules. So on top of that, obviously, yeah, because I said that Yumiko and Jules would... oh, no, that's in Magna and Jules. I don't know. It's going to be Yumiko and Jules. So Yumiko and Jules, they're a couple. Anyway, Jules was kidnapped and she was tortured for information. Wow. Poor Jules. So she's dead too. Yeah, the Reapers are... they're not messing about. Who kills Pope? It's obviously... technically, it's a minor character who does it. So maybe I'll add Leah... Carver. I'll add Leah and Carver to the list. I'll do that. Just so there's a possibility it can be them. Bro. Scott. Very random. So Scott is the one. Wait, no, it should be the person. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Scott is on the mission as well, and he's the one who ends up killing, killing. Wait, no, I think Leah actually is a main cast bill. To be fair. Oh fuck it, why not? We'll keep it. We'll keep it. Scott was the one who did it, and Jesse's like in shock because Jesse was the one banging Leah, right? And Scott's coming in doing it like, yo, I thought that's what we're here for. Uh, yeah. Anyway, we got the Mancia death. So who kills Mancia? The Reaper Preacher. It's got to be one of our main characters. It's Gamma. Very random, very out of left field, but Gamma is the one who puts an end to him. And then who kills Carver? Again, it has to be another main character. I love how Jimmy survived this whole time, even though he lost his immunity ages ago. It's Ezekiel. So Ezekiel kills Carver. So I don't know. Maybe Beth didn't go on this mission. And then we've got the Alden death. So who gets the Alden death? This is a main character death because this should say main character because Alden was actually upped to a main character. So, bro. So Jesse, Herschel Jr. goes on this mission. He gets injured. That's fucking dark, man. That's really dark. I don't know if I like that. But Herschel Jr. gets, and Jesse, this is of course Jesse and Jimmy's son, and they have to put him down. So, yeah, Ron the second, Jesse's third child, and she has to put him down. Poor Jimmy is really upset too. Yeah, he was killed by a Reaper off screen. Wow, that is wow, that's crazy. I'm in shock, I say. Anyway, we have to add. We've added Princess and we've added Mercer, but we can add the others. So who are the others? Virgil, Tommy. Was it Tommy technically? Tommy, and 3 people who went to the Commonwealth. So we can add these guys too. They obviously Addie's just a minor character, but. Addie, poor Tommy realizes like, where's Yumiko? Where's me? Do you know my sister Mika? They're like, oh, actually we did know that lady, and she's like, what happened to her? Yeah, she literally just died. she got eaten by zombies. Tell us about that. Oh, and also add Annie. Right. Who kills Toby Carlson? So this has to be a main character. Beth has basically done nothing since like the earlier seasons. This is why I want to kill more characters off. Jadis. Jadis like our new Aaron. Very weird. So Jadis is the one who kills Toby Carlson. She shoots him. I guess she went on that little mission. Jadis is like on a big kind of redemption arc here. Then we got the Marco death. So this person's shot by Leah whilst trying to escape. The hilltop. Oh, that actually works. Dr. Carson. So Dr. Carson is shot and killed by Leah whilst escaping. Delete that. Oh, no, what have I done? Delete these rows. Add Virgil. Princess. Add Princess. Delete this row. Add you guys. You're dead. Hang on. You're dead. You're dead. Pope's dead. Frost is still alive, right? We can add these guys, I guess. Or we'll leave them down here for now. We can add these. Are the good guys up. We'll add the good guys up. You're not a good guy. You're a good girl. Anyway, what are we on? Marcus Death. Well, we did Marcus Death, didn't we? Who was Marcus Death again? Dr. Carson, that was right. Dr. Carson. So, Dr. Carson. Add Dr. Carson. Where is Dr. Carson? Am I blind? Oh, there he is. Right. Moving on. Who kills Leah? So this has to be a main character, of course. Of our fucking 18 main characters currently. Very random. Magna is the one who kills kills Leah after, I guess Leah's probably strangling Jesse. And then who kills Sebastian? So which one of these main characters gets Sebastian killed by like body slamming him into some walkers? Cindy. Very random. Very random indeed. What is... I guess Beth this whole time has been like just talking in scenes, I guess. That's what she's doing. She's in a lot of scenes where she's talking. Who kills Lance? Mercer. So Mercer has enough of Lance's shit, and he's the one to take out Lance Hornsby. Anyway, we're on to like the penultimate episodes now. Don't worry, we're near the end. So who loses an arm? So this is in place of Lydia. This has to be a main character because Lydia does get main character billing because they give everyone and their mother a main character billing. So the character who loses that is Cindy. So Cindy loses her arm here. And do you know what? Like it should have been. Also, here's a good point, right? Someone pointed this out to me and I thought this is actually a very good point. In episode, was it 23? And Lydia loses her arm, and she has her arm amputated in a dingy fucking caravan, right? And she somehow then walks all the way to the Commonwealth with one arm. Maybe even if they cauterize, I mean, there's nothing, they don't show them cauterizing it, and there was nothing in that trailer for them to cauterize the wound, so I guess her fucking arm was just bleeding out the whole time, and maybe they put some pressure on it or some shit. So somehow Lydia survives that, and she's a kid, right? She's like a very young woman, right? She's like, well, she's basically a kid, she's like 18, right? Or 19 maybe, but very young. As opposed to Luke, who the next episode also loses a limb, his leg, but that he loses his limb in a hospital. Granted, there's no like doctors in that, but in a much more clean environment, in a controlled environment. But he bleeds out and dies. Now, how is that? So, in spite of that criticism of the show, because Lydia should have died there, that was stupid. It was so dumb. Cindy is dying. Cindy dies from blood loss. Okay, that's what we're doing here. Jerry chops her arm off. But unfortunately, he's unable to save her, and she dies of blood loss. So that's what we're doing in favour. Cindy. And she dies. So who then gets shot in the finale? So this actually has to be a major character, because it was Judith. And Judith, at this point, had main character billing. Who cares? It's Magna! Magna! Wow. Magna gets shot. I guess Beth is rushing her. This whole time, Beth and Heath were a couple as well, which is kind of funny. Yeah, so rushing her to the hospital, I guess. They're like, we can't let anyone die. Beth's like, I'm not even going to let this random lady die, who I barely know. Anyway, roll a d20 for how many deaths are going to be in the finale. Fucking hell. 17! So a lot of these are going to be minor deaths. Although, to be honest, we've got 17 characters here. Jerry is one. So we've got Jerry. Negan, big death, big death. This is a big death, to be fair. So our big death, our big sacrifice death, our big death of the season is going to be Negan. I don't count Jerry because Jerry's barely a character. One more sort of main character who's been given main casting billing. Gamma. Okay, so it's Gamma as well, and then I'll roll the rest on minor characters. So Gamma dies too. So Gamma. So in the finale, gonna say that Jerry. Oh yeah, because he went to go look for Elijah, right? So he chopped off Cindy's arm, and then obviously she didn't make it. And I'm going to say he sacrificed himself so everyone else could make it out of that trailer. So Jerry died. Who was in that trailer? I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. So Jerry died, of course. We also lose Gamma. So yeah, I'm gonna say Gamma dies to the variant walkers, like in a shocking manner, maybe like similar to a Jules death. She's just suddenly stabbed by the variants, and that's how they discover them. Or I don't know. Yeah, she just dies anyway. she gets devoured. And then on top of that, Negan will be a death, but later on, and we'll talk about that later on. So I'll just leave Negan the missing for now, because the rest are going to be here. So we've got 17, so that's minus what? So we've done 3, so we've got 14 left. So Nabila's one, that's fucking brutal, because Jerry died as well. They're poor kids. So Nabila died. I guess Jerry didn't even know that his wife died as he was sacrificing himself for his friends. So we're losing Duncan as well. I mean, that literally is just a red shirt. He was introduced this season and he just dies in the finale, so whatever. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might have to do some more because I feel like this is going to wipe off all these characters here. Annie, Negan's wife, dies too. Poor Negan. He watches his wife. Okay, this works. This works. We'll work this all out. Don't worry. Whew. Marco as well. Okay. Again, these are just red shirt deaths, really, aren't they? These characters have been there for a while, but they're just there to die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 10 more. Jesus. Okay, Gage. So 9 more. It might actually be best. Do you know what we're actually going to do? Which 2 don't die? Which 2 of these characters do not die? So Tommy. We'll do one more major, I think. We'll do one more major character. So we'll say Tommy survives. Addie survives. And one more character survives. Reroll? Yeah, reroll. I really want it to be Heath. Part of me wants it to be Heath just so Beth can be happy in the end. Oh, she has her dog. That's enough. So, what was it? Addie. What was that again? Addie, Tommy, and dog. So, all these other characters have Addie, Tommy, and dog. All these other characters die. So. Okay. So, we lose Scott. We lose Heath. Is a big death, really, but poor Beth loses Heath. We'll go through all these in a second. We lose Heath. We lose Scott. We lose Gavin as well. Poor Gavin. He's, reform savior and all that. We lose Virgil. I mean, who gives a fuck about Virgil? We lose... we lose Lydia as well. That's a big one. Maybe she dies trying to, herd the zombies away. We also lose Connie, which is pretty fucking sad. Frost and Agatha as well. Yeah. So, in total, how many deaths have we got now? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then one more major character just to round it off. Okay, well, who cares? Who cares about Elijah, really? Elijah as well. Okay, so... Wow. Wow. So Scott died, didn't he? Scott died, Marco died, Duncan died, Agatha died, Frost died. Who are the main characters? It's gonna be easier just to track the survivors. So what we'll do is we'll do one below. We'll make it red, and we'll talk about each thing. So we'll talk about everyone's sort of arc at the end, and also let's just real quick flip a coin. Do they execute Pamela? Tails no, so they don't execute Pamela. And then Who's governor of the Commonwealth? Who becomes governor of the Commonwealth? Jimmy. I love how Jimmy survived this whole thing. That's kind of insane to me. Jimmy, with his one arm, becomes leader of the Commonwealth. Okay. In the end. So we'll call it in the end. So, first of all, we've got Beth. She survived it right through the end. Of course, she had a few different arcs. She killed a lot of children. or inadvertently did some terrible things to children. She didn't really do very much in the final couple seasons, but I guess she had a lot of scenes where she was talking and shit. And in the end, she I guess returns to Alexandria with her after losing her poor beloved Heath, who sadly we said that Gamma was ripped apart, but Heath, I guess, died protecting Beth and of course his little son, who is called Daryl Jr. So Beth returns to Alexandria with her son Daryl Jr. Sad that she lost her boyfriend Heath, but R.I.P. whatever. Moving on, we have Jimmy, who becomes the governor of the Commonwealth, obviously along with his wife Jessie. Now, obviously, they had lost their poor son earlier on in the season, but you know, they're coping, they're living, they're surviving. Nevertheless, Ron died ages ago. What the hell are you doing here, Ron? You died ages ago. Didn't he? I'm pretty sure. He got his own death, right? I think he did. Ron, yeah. Yeah, Beth killed him. Beth was the one who did it to save Jimmy, because Jimmy got shot in the eye. Wait, hang on. Jimmy, one arm. But this is meant to say one eye, isn't it? Wait, who lost their arm in the end? Wait. Oh, no. Have I messed this up? Who lost their arm in season 9? I like just realized this. People are gonna be like, "Yeah, I've been trying to say this the whole time." But I can't find it. Jimmy. Oh yeah. So Jimmy lost. I must have Wait. So this whole time, Jimmy's had one fucking eye and one arm. I didn't visualize that. I think I fucked up because I didn't expect him to lose two things. So I think I just rewrote over it. Yeah, so this whole time, Jimmy's had one eye, one arm, but motherfucker made it through. One eye, one arm, Jimmy, made it through, along with Jesse by his side. Bro, I can't believe I did that. Anyway, I always fuck something up in these videos. It's like inevitable. So that's their arc, that's their final arc. Crazy. Anyway, we also then have Jadis, who went on a bit of a mad one. I guess Jadis, in the end, is also in the Commonwealth. Doing what? I'm not sure. We've got Magna, who lost everyone in her group. She sadly lost Connie. She couldn't save Connie, and she feels like a bit of a failure. But nevertheless... Wait, who headed to Commonwealth again? Bob Jadis. Oh yeah, Jadis. Okay. I'm gonna say Bob gets with Max then. Because Bob survived, right? Yeah. So Jadis is just living. She's doing her own thing. Magna is distraught after losing, but she promises to kind of keep Tommy safe, right? Because Tommy's like the one character. She's like promises to keep Tommy alive. She's like, I'm gonna be there for you, mate. Don't worry. Bob, of course, he gets with. Wait, no, he doesn't get with Max because Max is dead. He did get with Max for a time, but then Max was one of the many people who died, right? Did I just forget to add Max? Well, by nature of me not adding Max to the wheel, Max died. So yeah, Max died. So poor fucking Bob. He wanted to be happy, but in the end, he wasn't happy. Yeah, very sad. Who else do we have in our main characters? Magna, we did her. Mercer. Mercer, I guess, becomes Lieutenant Governor or Assistant Governor of the Commonwealth, like he does in the show. Where the fuck is Mercer? I guess he's also with Princess, who is also alive. Right, yeah. Laura, that's a random one. So Laura, this whole time, has been doing stuff too. I'm gonna say that her and Ezekiel have been working on stuff, and I don't know. Yeah, they're also. Well, we got the Hilltop, haven't we? Who's doing Hilltop? Oh, I guess Jimmy. Well, no, because Jimmy became leader of the Commonwealth. Yeah, I guess say Ezekiel and Laura went and took over the Hilltop. That's what we'll say. That's how their arc ended. They went to take over the Hilltop. Right. Mika. Oh yeah, Mika's been here the whole time. Now at this point, Mika would probably be like in her 20s. Yeah, she'd be like 20. Is Gage alive still? No. Gage died. Gage got killed in the herd. I don't know. Mika fucking survived. I don't know. I don't know what Mika's been doing this whole time. She survived though. There you go. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, who else do we have? Laura, Reg. Oh yeah, Reg. Reg wanted to kill Pamela, but didn't in the end, and allowed her to be spared, I guess. He's very. Bro, I don't know what the fuck Reg has been doing. Who else have we got? I don't know. Siddiq. Siddiq's dead. I swear Siddiq died ages ago. Yeah, didn't Siddiq get the Olden death? No. No, he sacrificed himself at the end, didn't he? He sacrificed himself at the end of season 10. Bah! Yeah, get rid of Siddiq. Go out of here, Siddiq. I forgot to put him there. Okay. Where are we? Lydia died. So, Lydia died. Richard? You died ages ago. You died and you got slammed you're against the cell door. Gavin died, self-sacrificed himself, I guess. Just died to the herd of walkers. Very sad. Virgil also didn't make it to the. Annie died too. Poor Negan lost Annie. And then in an Nabila died as well, even though she didn't know that Jerry had already been slaughtered and killed. And who else? So Addie, Tommy, and Dog survived. So these two. Addie survives with Dog. Obviously, Beth has a dog as well. So it's Beth, Dog, and RJ in the end. They return to Alexandria. Addie survives too. Obviously, she came on this mission to the Commonwealth. Maybe Magna is looking after Addie as well, because they kind of. Maybe they've bonded or some shit. I don't know. And Elijah died too. So Elijah, he tried his best to save as many people as possible. Maybe him and Lydia died. Maybe they were together and they kind of die in almost like a brutal sort of romantic kind of way, but it's kind of sweet because they die, hand in hand. We'll go with that. Gage just gets fucking mauled. Max gets mauled in front of poor thing. It's a fucking disaster. And Negan, in the end, after seeing his wife, Annie, of course, die. And Negan is the big heroic final death, where he is able to divert all the walkers away. But then he reveals that he's actually been bitten. And yeah, even Beth is sad. So Beth, everyone kind of gathers around Negan in his bed, and they do rest in peace, Negan, you're dead. So Negan then dies. He's the big final death at the end. And that's how it be. That is how it be. That's how the story goes. There you go. That was a Walking Dead rewrite as Beth as the protagonist. Although Beth didn't really do much in those later seasons. I do apologise. But that's just what the wheel decided. And in the end, the final characters left were Beth, Dog, RJ, who in this universe is Daryl Jr., son of Heath and Beth. We've got Jimmy and Jesse, who are a couple. Jadis, Magna, Addie, Tommy, Bob Stuckey. Oh yeah, Bob Stuckey's alive this whole time. Mercer, Princess, Ezekiel, Laura, Mika, who survived this whole time, and Reg. So we've got two characters from season 1, of course, because both of these two were season 1 characters. We've got no season 2 characters, no season 3 characters, a season 4 character there, 2 season 4 characters actually, season 5 characters. We've got quite a few season 5 characters. Jesse, Reg, season 5s, right? Yeah, season 6 characters. No season 6 characters. Season 7 characters, you've got Jadis, and you've got Ezekiel and Laura. They're your season 7 characters. And then season 8 characters, none. Season 9 characters, you've got obviously Magna, Addie, little Daryl Jr. there, and Dog. And then season 11. So there you go. Bye. Oh, and if you want more requests, send me money.